think I'm ready.
Think you're ready? Are we ready? We're ready.
Ready as I'll ever be. We're live now. Good
Good morning.
morning, Nova. Good morning, chat.
Morning,
There's
chat.
a lot of
Chat
you
is
guys in chat
busy.
today.
Chat
Yeah,
is
Sparky's
busy.
here. Bursty's here. Mr. Hideous. Amit. Vicky. Libtarded Fejo. Good to see y'all. Witchy is here. I think I got you all.
Yep, I think so.
Thanks for coming in early and hanging out with us. I
Booyah.
always keep chat up. So I'll be walking in here, like I do my makeup and everything in here. I'll see somebody, I'm like, oh friend. Hi, friends. I made Ralph
Put
sing
makeup
better.
on? I don't wear makeup. Where's my makeup person? How come I'm getting the shaft in this situation?
You're the makeup. You have to be your own makeup person.
No, I'm not running that kind of operation. This is bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it either, but you yell at me when my camera's not on, so I'm like, ugh.
I was just taking a drink. Offside.
All right. So you said you're having a snowstorm.
A little bit of one. We get some big drifts. It's a lot. It's mostly wind, but not a lot. It's like just a steady, like 60 kilometers, 40 miles an hour. Nothing crazy.
That's like not nothing, 40, right?
It's not crazy though. Like,
yeah.
I would still go outside and do stuff.
It's 50 degrees where I live and cloudy. It has been raining off and on since early yesterday morning, but we've managed to not flood because of how it's doing it. It's like raining a lot and then giving it a while to soak in. But
so are you guys allowed to build like water collection ponds and stuff on your properties?
I assume the answer is yes. But
sometimes there's laws against collecting rainwater in places.
Yeah, that could be a law here. I would just do it and be like, oh no, I'm sorry.
Because like in rural Canada, we don't have like city wells and stuff. You have your own well. Every house has their own property well. But some of the drier places, they'll literally dig out their own ponds for like collection for the droughts. But they've also put trout in there.
How do you use it after that?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you use it once you collect it with the dirt, like in a pond?
Oh, so your pond will just be somewhere on your property within, say, 30 feet of your well. So your well will only fill up to the water table, and your pond will hold like a big pool full of water. So when your well starts to go down, the pond will actually filter over to your well and keep it topped off.
And so then when it comes out of your well, it's filtered?
Yeah, your pond will dry out before your well because your well is deeper than your pond.
I knew that. Okay, but when it gets to your house, how does it stay clean or get clean?
The dirt, it sounds weird, but sand and dirt is actually an amazing filter for water.
Oh. And that's
you never made one of those dirt filters in science class?
I don't think so. I think I understand. My parents have like a water collection thing that it's like dirt and charcoal and whatever. It's a bunch of different stages until the bottom. So you could just leave it outside and have one. So I understand that, but I don't trust it, I guess.
That's how every well works. So the bigger the dirty dirt that you don't like will stick to the bigger rocks in the ground instead of like traveling because it doesn't want to move.
Wow.
Oh, here's a good way to put it. Think of how water settles. So like you take say a chocolate milk and stir it up and all your cocoa will settle to the bottom. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what happens when it goes through the sand and dirt filter. All the stuff will settle when the water's not moving. And then the clean water floats across the top. Like my well here is just dug 3 crocks deep and it's just pure sand filter. And when people visit me, they'll take water home so they don't have to drink city water.
Oh, wow. Our water here used to be like that as well. And then I moved. And by the time I came back, it was not good.
Ooh.
Good morning, Charlemagne. You made
filters?
it. I do, but I don't think you have to. No.
No.
You pay extra for the arsenic stuff in the water. So you don't have to do Shai said we're going to need boats soon. Yes. Me, Charlemagne, Amit. We're in California.
No, you build your house on a pontoon. And then when the flood comes, your house just floats up. And then when the flood goes away, your house settles back down.
That is not reasonable.
You just
I need a boat. I just need a boat and put it in the yard. And then when it's time, everyone just gets in the boat.
I saw it was an American meme and it was A building permit costs $1,200. This used pontoon costs $50. So they didn't build a deck on their house. They just put a pontoon next to the house for the deck.
Oh, that's a great idea. And then you have your boat.
And then you have no building permit, and you don't your taxes, your house insurance, nothing goes up. And you have a deck. And
well,
it can
you have a boat.
double as your flood escape.
Yeah, you have a flood. Yeah. I'm not a big fan. I like the boat parking and the flood escape, but I don't want to party on your deck. Good morning, my sister. You made it.
Good morning.
Everyone's here. All right, we could start this show. So today we're going to do a thing. Look, I made this.
I saw that. I like this.
This is what we're going to talk about today. The Florida case. The Courtney Clenney's in Florida. Fani Willis is in Georgia. Jack Smith, he did make a filing on Friday, and the footnotes are kind of interesting. There's nothing really new, though. And then more Trump. So it's a lot of Trump. A lot of the Trump stuff is long.
I had an off-stream thought about for the show. You should do segments for like 20 minutes and then have like a little like break for commercials.
Okay.
So then if someone actually likes the show and wants to be an advertiser, they go, oh, look, there's a perfect spot where we could throw in a fucking stupid little 10-second ad.
Yeah.
And it could be like just a switch between talks. We're only going to talk about Nova for 10 minutes and then we're going on to something else. Regardless,
That's a
half structured.
Yeah, I tried to do structured before when I was like, I'm going to do this. It didn't actually work out.
Well, then
it's
you got
really
me as a
hard.
co-host.
That's our problem.
That's where you went wrong.
Okay, but seriously, we are going to talk today. We're lazy boy lawyers.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about everything happening in the law cases we've already talked about. We're going to talk about Courtney Clenney first. Do you remember her?
Yes. I think I just saw something new pop up in that case. I think her or her lawyers are trying to have all the sexy photos taken out of the case. They don't want those for the jury, apparently.
Wait, what? That's what's going to make it fun. That's why I chose this one.
Well, I think they're trying to have that taken out to show that she had a propensity for, I think that's part of my modesty. I'm a modest woman. I don't want to show my nudie bits to the jury.
Well, I was reading, I think we're actually going to read it today. So I didn't see that. What I did see was that her parents were arrested.
Oh.
Yeah, her parents were arrested. Let me share this with you.
In relation to her?
Whoops. Yes.
I could only assume it would be destroying evidence or hiding evidence or obstruction. Right. That would be my only guess.
So her and her parents have the same charges. It was the same. She's in Florida, so the arrest warrant looks like this. Oh God, that's bright, isn't it? I don't know what to do about that. I don't know if chat can see that. It's hurting my eyes.
Dark mode, engage.
But this is the same thing. So this is the arrest warrant or the arrest affidavit. They ended up having to send this to her parents in Texas. So they were arrested in Texas. They were bailed out. They have to go now to Florida, be rearrested and rebailed out. The charge is the same for all of them. So we're going to read through it. Courtney Clenney. Let me see if chat knows who this is. Judge Div. Ronda Rousey. Courtney Clenney. Do you think she looks like Ronda Rousey? I don't. In her court picture, she does. Let me show you.
Yeah, it would depend how she's done up.
Courtney, yeah, when she's not, she looks like the wrestler.
I don't think Ronda's attractive, for the record.
Well, can you see this?
Yeah, okay, that one right there in the middle. I can see that looking like a Ronda sister.
Totes. Okay, so
round head.
This is Courtney Clenney. That is her
late. Can we go back one page?
Yeah.
All right, look at her in the red shirt, and then look at the one with her with the black guy next to her.
That's why we wear makeup.
Women are all fucking liars.
We're not liars. It's enhancement.
No, that's a different individual.
No, it's not the same bitch. She just looks different because she has makeup on.
That's what I mean. It's completely different. It's like putting a mask on.
It's a different face. It's the same individual.
Can you imagine if dude showed up with like masks? Like, no, I'm really pretty. I'm attractive.
She is. Well, this is not a great picture. She's not smiling, and she's like not even no moisturizer or nothing. She probably hasn't had her face tan in a while.
She's got the bum chin, Hulk Hogan or not Hulk Hogan, Jesse the Body Ventura chin.
She even had it when she was pretty, but you just look past it because you was looking at her titties.
I can
Not
see
you, but
I can see that that's
me.
more than makeup. That's photoshopped, right?
What?
That picture right there.
I wonder if this is a filter, right? Because look how it's
It's
like
too good.
it's too good. There's no free lunch, y'all. But it
Like
looks
there's
too good.
zero blemish. There's not. I think that one's an error filter.
Okay,
Filter
so
or Photoshop.
she killed her boyfriend. She claimed
And she got
self-defense
junk in
in
the trunk
Florida.
though. I like that.
Relax. Yeah, she do though, because she does her squats. Everybody can do this. Just not everybody does because its squats suck.
They do.
What? That's not real.
No pain, no gain. No,
What's happening here?
That's
Oh, she's just bending over, and her. Anyway, that didn't even look like her. She stabbed. Had a fight. She throws a knife at him. I mean,
that's
she
rum.
throws it at him. It gets him a little bit in the shoulder, barely, and then he died.
The heart.
No, it really did get him in the shoulder, right
Really?
here. Yeah, but she cut him in like a fucking artery or something.
The one artery that leads to the heart.
Yeah. Yeah, she murdered Hums. But
I don't think. Do you think she threw it? Have you ever tried
let me look
throwing
at the
a
knife again.
Like into
Yeah.
stick it into a piece of wood or something?
I don't think you could stick it into somebody like that. I think she was like, "No, stop," and like did like a with her eyes closed.
I don't know, man.
Oh, let me show you the knife. Did you see it? I showed it a little bit ago. Let me share it with you. Stop. For some reason, I can't share the pictures the same way I share everything else. This is the murder weapon.
That's a
kitchen knife.
Is that a kitchen knife? That's a wild kitchen knife. What is that for?
Steak,
Serrated?
dude.
That's just a steak knife?
Yeah.
That's a fancy steak knife. That's a high-end steak knife.
Yeah, act like you've been here before. No, but damn, it's just a steak knife.
I'm Canadian. We don't have fancy knives.
What makes it fancy? There's not a wood handle.
The handle, it looks like it's counterbalanced. It just looks like an expensive knife.
All right.
The dimpling in the handle.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is it. So it's like a steak knife. You know, that's probably a, I don't know, 5 or 6 inch thing.
So
and it
was
went
it only one wound?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Look at all the blood from one wound. How much blood do you think?
Oh my God, I know. I wish I would have pulled up the rest of the pictures. There's so much blood here. You can't even imagine.
One.
Right. So what the other scenes look like with the Idaho 4.
Right.
Yeah. But he's I don't know. They call the police. She calls the police, and he's like bleeding the whole time. He's like alive, I think.
Could
Maybe
you
not
hear
when the
him on
police
the
came.
911 call or
Mhm.
no? Oh,
Yeah.
we could? Was he
Yeah, he's like, "I'm dying,
speaking,
Courtney." And she's
or
like, "No, I'm dying." He said, "I can't feel my arm."
oh shit.
Yeah, he was talking. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking die, Courtney." She's like, "No, you gotta get here. What's our address?" And he had to give the address because she couldn't like get it right or whatever, something like that. You want to hear it? Nah, let's not hear it. We have a lot to do today.
Yeah, no, we're on a short schedule.
But we will look at why her parents got arrested. Let me see what Chad is up to. It's just a basic ass steak knife or a basic ass bitch. It's not even Cutco. Knife was from a 6-piece set for $19.99. Yeah, she basically had a knife block in the kitchen, and she backed up to the kitchen because she was afraid. And then she grabbed the knife and was like, "Don't come any closer." And then, got him. I concede. Point made. Well said, sister. Sister said it was expensive. It cost a man his life. Oh shit! Way to shut us down. Damn.
So I was right.
She called her mom 11-minute. It says 11-minute uterus call.
Wow.
I love that typo. I smoked too much pot this morning. I'm so sorry, Chad.
Here's a question. Would you defend your child for murder?
Yeah.
What if it
Especially
was
in this case?
What if it was
a lot of murders? I mean,
how many before you like
listen.
hands off?
I need to know more.
That's true. It's all situational.
Yeah. So let me tell you about what these parents have done. And this is interesting. So this is the arrest warrant. It's for Ms. Courtney Clenney. It was the date of the arrest would have been January 30th. So this is new. Computer users offense against thing. It says The investigation was initiated following an investigation referral by the state attorney's office to the Miami Police Department, and they're the sheriff of the county, so they have jurisdiction, including crimes committed by people in jail. Look at in her paperwork, her picture is on there. It's kind of cool.
That's not flattering.
It's better than it's one of the better ones as far as mugshots go for her. Okay, this is going to explain the case and then get into what happened. It says Christian Obumseli was killed on April 3rd, 2022 because of an apparent stab wound inflicted upon him by Courtney Clenney, subject 1, in the city of Miami apartment. Following the victim's killing, many of his belongings were taken from the apartment by unknown persons and have not been provided to his family, heirs, or estate. After the victim was killed, an investigation was conducted by the city of Miami and state attorney's office, resulting in subject 1, Courtney's arrest, and charging under the Miami court case number whatever. A search of the records indicate she has been in Miami Corrections and Rehab custody since August 26 under whatever jail number.
Oh, rehab too.
Correction. It's just the jail. I think it's called rehab and correction because the whole point is like to fix them, or I don't know.
I didn't know if they had like a drug withdrawal section in the jail, or
I'm sure. I don't know. She went, okay, so after she was arrested, she got bailed out of jail because of self-defense or something to that effect. She might even not have needed to get bailed out originally. And she went to rehab in Hawaii. So by the time she goes to jail for real, she's allegedly sober.
What was her drug of choice? Don't say marijuana.
It couldn't have been that. You don't go to, did they even have rehab for that?
She only stabbed once, so it can't be marijuana. You got to go over 100 for the pot.
108 is marijuana. Yeah,
yeah.
No. What was I don't know that I don't know. That's a good question.
Adderall and
had to have been like, that's what I was gonna say, like Adderall, some fucking.
Who doesn't have an Adderall prescription under 20 now?
This bitch is like 20 something, right? You know what we're gonna learn? I think we're gonna learn in here. I'm gonna spoiler alert you. Her dad supposedly didn't know she was an OnlyFans model. Model, I meant. I don't know what to say.
How did dad think she was getting money, paying her rent, waitressing?
Well, she could have just been an influencer and he didn't really look and blah, blah, blah. And she went by Courtney Taylor because that was her middle name. And so.
Does she have sisters or brothers? Because they would have ratted her out for sure.
If she's not an only child, then she might have. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. I don't even know what I'm trying to guess. He managed her account. She liked cocaine and pills. He managed her. The dad managed her account. He handled all of it. The boyfriend or the dad? Okay, well, let's keep reading because I'm pretty sure it'll say something to that effect in here.
Okay.
Where did I stop? While subject 1, while Courtney's case was proceeding, the city of Miami made several attempts to access Courtney's cell phone with no success. To get Courtney's phone number. To get Courtney's cell phone contents by other means, the city sought and received 2 warrants, which is kind of ironic. I mean, they would, if they could have just got into her phone, they wouldn't have done these 2 things, which are kind of going to get them in trouble later.
Oh.
So they can't get anyways, which I wouldn't have given him access to my phone either. I'm not faulting her, but it is kind of shitty.
Make them fucking work for it.
Yeah. So they received 2 warrants, the iCloud warrant 1 and an iCloud warrant 2. For subject's iCloud warrant, the city of Miami additionally sought the contents of Kim Clenney, subject 2, that's the dad, and Deborah Clenney, subject 3, the mom, because of messages exchanged with Courtney, known photographs taken by Courtney by the mom, and commingling of financial accounts by the dad. The detective knows that an iCloud is a cloud-based storage and syncing system linked to Apple devices. By linking individual Apple devices to a particular iCloud account, certain contents of those devices can be automatically synchronized to and from the iCloud account. Might have skipped a line. And multiple Apple devices. Such contents include documents, photos, notes, and contacts. iCloud can also be used to locate lost or missing Apple devices and remotely destroy data on such Apple devices. iCloud also allows the owner or user of a particular iCloud account to manage synchronized email contacts, Calendars, notes, reminders, phones, iCloud storage, word processing, everything through a standard web browser. Changes made to the above described resources in iCloud can then be automatically pushed to the owner or users linked to the Apple devices. Okay,
So mom
you
was
pick
trying to delete shit.
possibly. Or no,
Possibly.
that's why they want that. At least that's why they want to look at his phone, the dad's phone. He's subject to. So that's why they're asking for his because of how they could be linked. I think that's where
Yeah,
they're
because
at
if you
right
can get
now.
like I have a Proton account and I wanted like extra data and all that, so I got a family account. So as me as the owner, the payer, I can give people all kinds of emails or whatever and use them, but I have access to everything as the family, like the dad. So I wonder if
So,
dad had access to all her stuff.
maybe. This says iCloud Warrant 1 was signed by the judge on February 2nd, 2023, last year. It was served on Apple, which complied by giving a bunch of data on March 1st. Downloads of the iCloud data were made but not reviewed due to technical expertise required to review the material, the volume of data, and the establishment of a filter protocol to prevent inadvertently locating attorney-client communications. So they got their first warrant, they got the information from Apple, and then they just left it there because they wanted to make sure that it
Well, couldn't you just
was used
go from
properly.
the day before the murder and work your way back? And
Huh?
because she wouldn't have an attorney before the murder, so you could access all of her history and see what she was doing the day before the murder.
Well, either way, they wanted a professional to do it. It says, to address these issues, the state attorney's office learned that a digital forensic expert, Sergeant Sergio Cremesini, could download and process the data, filter out communications that needed excising, and provide a simplified reader for investigators to digest the data. To achieve this, however, Sergeant Cremesini would require a new download link as the original return link had already expired. Consequently, the city of Miami applied for and received the iCloud Cloud Warrant 2 from a judge on November 3rd. November 16th, the download links were provided to Cremesini along with the original downloads from iCloud Warrant 1. So he says he needs to download the first ones. I don't know why he can't use the first ones if they have them.
But yeah, that doesn't make sense to me either. Like, why would it expire if it's a warrant?
Well, I understand a link expiring because it's Apple sent them a link. Here's the information you wanted. So they came back in how long later? This was in February or provided download links. They provided links on March 3rd. They didn't go to use them until November 16th. So the link had expired after a while.
Like,
That's
if
7
I'm an
months.
investigator, I get that link, I'm downloading everything to my
They
hard
did.
drive.
No. The police requested it. They downloaded it. 7 months later, they find a person who can look at it. He goes to click the link and the link doesn't work. They're like, well, here's the downloads. And he was probably like I would be. I don't know if you guys got everything. I don't know if exactly what was here or what was not. I need to click it myself. I need to download it all
Yes,
myself.
definitely.
So they go get it and download stuff. So he's like, thank you. I'll take that other stuff too, because I just want to compare them.
Yeah, side to side.
That's kind of where it's at, which makes sense, I think. Where was it? Served on Apple, provided links on this November 16th. They were provided to the dude along with the originals, at which he processed the records in a digestible reader format. Regarding subject 3, that's the mom's messages, the updated records on the iCloud 2 warrant suggested that strings of text messages were missing or had been deleted. As a result of this inference, the mom's messages from the first warrant were compiled for comparison. All filtered records were provided to the state attorney's office in December 2023. So
Somebody was scrubbing.
Maybe, but like, I don't know. Maybe I guess we'll have to pay attention to whatever the dates are. Because what if she just naturally deleted messages after she doesn't know, or is she allowed to, you know what I'm saying? Are you not allowed to delete your own messages?
Not Well, that's a good question, because it is like, if I committed a murder and we were talking, why would you think that you can't erase your own data? Because it's
Yeah.
your data. You're not involved in the murder in any way. You didn't.
Okay, to be fair, that's not what this warrant is about. This is just how they get to where we're going.
Oh, okay.
Um, um, this is gonna be about a laptop. Parents
Oh.
so I don't want you to spin too far around that other wheel when, this was
Oh,
actually the
okay.
one.
Yep. Good.
So, cybercrime investigation, it says, an initial review of the mom's messages prompted an investigation referral on December 18th regarding the willful and knowing unlawful access of a computer. This detective received a copy of the primary evidence, including Courtney's arrest warrant, the iCloud warrant, both of them, the victim cell phone extraction, and Courtney's cell phone extraction, and subject 3, the mom's iCloud warrant. Contained within the mom's warrant returns were backed up messages from her phone. Pertinence here was a group chat. This is God, I wish maybe one of the law tubers is going to go over this or went over this, because I find this so interesting. But it says the pertinent was a group chat that included herself, subject that we're talking about the mom. So the mom, the dad, Frank Andrew Perito, individual 1, Sabrina something, individual 2, Manuel, individual 3, and Pamela, individual 4. Individuals 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all lawyers representing Courtney Clenney, subject 1.
Wow.
So in this message are 4 lawyers and her 2 parents. Says subjects 2 and 3 are not clients of the attorneys because I don't know, they can't be. So I guess that's why they say this isn't client, because they're not the client. This isn't attorney-client privilege, even
Right.
though, yeah, I don't get it. Apparently, that makes sense.
I wonder if they had lawyers on retainer for the business stuff, and they're saying, "Oh, our lawyers were involved in all these." You know what I mean? I think. Did you see what?
Sorry,
Shit, just scroll past.
I saw a
Notice.
bunch of O's go across the screen, and I knew that Atlas Pass was here. Hey, good morning, Jimmy.
Notice one said dad accessed the dead guy's PC.
Wow. Did he?
I
Dad
don't know.
found the dead guy's PC. He logged into it, accessed the dead account, and deleted stuff. Well, that's not what they say in the warrant. That's not what they'll tell us here.
Do we have a receipt?
But then again, maybe they're under arrest. So that they just brought this up in court last week, and she pled not guilty. The parents will go also plead not guilty, and then they'll say, but well, we'll get there. It's only 8 pages, so I don't want to spoil it. It says, where was it? In her underlying case, so wait. They're saying that they represent Courtney. It says they're not representing them. Subject 2 and 3. So the mom and dad are listed witnesses in subject 1's case, Courtney's case, where they were subject to legal process and therefore could not be represented by individuals 2 through 3. Okay. Accordingly, there is no attorney-client privilege contained within the messages. Additionally, because the conversations were sought or obtained to enable or aid the commission of a crime, there is no attorney-client privilege to the conversations. So that's where they're at. So they were looking for anything that was attorney-client, didn't find any, found these with attorneys and people. They're not the same thing. And even if it was, it's saying here that if the conversations were to commit a crime, that they wouldn't count anyways. So they're alleging it's that. So that I think that's why we're here.
Oh.
It says contained within the group chat between both iCloud warrants returns were 4,230 messages for unknown reasons. Subject 3's, the mom's iCloud warrant 2 messages began on May 17th, while the last message in the iCloud 1 warrant was January 19th. What contained within the group chat were 4,200 messages. For unknown reasons, the mom's second messages begin on May 17th, while the first warrant was January 19th. So these are the ones that are now missing from the second one. So I guess that's the question. Are they allowed to delete them? They're saying that they deleted them. We'll see, to hide evidence. But I think it's more because there's one thing that they're going to say at the end, and it was something like the video or something the mom says when she's trying to figure out if they've gone through the laptop. And it's like they're looking for something specific. The dad took the dead guy's PC, wiped info, and then turned it over to our attorneys in Florida. Had communication with them. This is not protected communication. He is not represented. Why do you say that he wiped info? Where did you get that information?
Yeah, we like receipts. Unless I'm trying
because
to
it's
pull
not
out
here. It's not in the arrest warrant. That might be the allegation. They're saying that the only wiped info right now is the messages between January and May. These group chat messages, but they're going to tell us what they say because they end up getting them or seeing them because they have them, I think, in the first one, so they don't exist in the second one. But the mom doesn't know that they're going to request the messages, so it just like looks guilty because she deleted them. Maybe
if they were bullshit messages, like just talking about, oh, do you want to go to the store today? Do you want to go shop? If they were those bullshit messages and she deleted it, do you think they'd waste time charging her or
no?
No, so it should be something she deleted that was, hey.
Well, she said deleted info is never really erased. Right. That's exactly what's her name? Courtney's attorney is going to tell the parents, don't touch it. They will know either way. If you touch anything, they will be able to see it and it will look guilty. And they said, okay, we won't touch it. And they went out of their way to send it to Dallas to get it picked up. So when you say that they deleted info, that's interesting fact. It's also nowhere in any of the docs, except for obviously it's what the victim's family is going to think and what.
Right. It's the appearance of what's going on.
It says contained within the group chat between both warrants. Oh, I already read that. Included within the group chat were various discussions about the victim's laptop and how to access it. The first noted response to an earlier conversation about subject. Oh, wait, I missed it. The first noted reference to the victim's laptop was made by subject to the dad, on September 23rd at roughly 8:45, apparently in response to an earlier conversation about Courtney and discussion with her. The dad wrote, quote, forgot to ask if she gave any potential passwords for the laptop. Individual 1, the attorney replied on the same date at approximately 9:13, yes, Sabrina and I have a list. We will provide. Subject 2 replied immediately, thanks. So dad and attorney are trying to get into the laptop. Starting September 23rd. Several days passed with no conversation with the dad. When the dad messages the group chat on the 26th at 4:25, writing, we'll be sending the laptop pin ideas. Oh, will you be sending laptop pin ideas so we can try them before you see her again? And in apparent reference to access the victim's laptop using guest passwords, individual 1 replied on the same day at approximately 6:30 p.m. Good evening, guys. I have a couple that I can forward to you tomorrow. The dad immediately replied, okay, thanks. Several days passed with discussions about other matters when the dad again raises the issue of passwords. September 29th at 7 p.m., dad wrote, are there any passwords or pins we can try before you see her tomorrow? The attorney replies shortly afterwards, quote, she didn't have anything for me. So the dad replied at 7:10. Last Friday evening, Frank indicated that there was a list. You may want to ask her again tomorrow. Thanks. Individual 1, apparently in response to subject 1. This is all just trying to get the passwords and which days they sent.
Right. Back-to-back
messages in the group chat. Individual 1 sent 6 messages with possible passwords, and then at approximately 8:24 p.m. wrote, these were possible, was not sure about capitalization or spelling, but there are the ones she could come up with. The attorney then sent a second message immediately afterwards saying, I would try all together and mix some of the capitalizations and see if we get lucky. The dad replied 11 minutes later, okay, thanks. About 23 minutes later, he wrote, now I know that the PIN is actually a 4-digit number. Letters are not able to be entered, only numbers. Sabrina asked her for options. That's an attorney. I was saying to ask Courtney for more options how to get into it. The following day, September 30th, completely out of context for the messages, the dad wrote, hell yeah, that PIN worked. Individual 1 replied to the dad message at approximately 4, writing, Kim, hold off on going through the computer, please. I don't want to turn you into a witness just yet if you find something useful. The attorney furthered, but that's a great news and makes this easy. Can't spell easy, bad sign. Subject 2 replied a moment later, writing, okay, understood. A discussion was then had regarding custody of the laptop, whether subject 2 should ship the victim's laptop or the lawyers. To the lawyer discussed how shipment might be possible, but he would like to speak with the computer consultant. The lawyer then added he would be in Dallas the following week and may want to pick up the victim's laptop there in the abundance of caution just in case. The dad acknowledged and the lawyer furthered, quote, when it comes to potential evidence, we always have to consider chain of custody issues and don't necessarily want to take risk something getting lost in the mail, but hang tight. We'll make a decision by Monday. Subject 2 again acknowledged. Individual 2 then sent another message. Also, quote, I'm sure you guessed by my prior text, we don't want you accessing files because the state attorneys could request their own independent analysis of the hard drive and accuse you of creating or modifying files. That's why I wanted to put a quick pause on that. Obviously, I know you would not do that, but we want to maintain that credibility. Dad replied, I'd barely opened it and was starting to poke around, but we started a video call, so I stopped. Never opened a file, so I didn't see anything. Individual 1 replied, sounds good. That's where I was at. I was like, well, it doesn't sound like the dad. It sounded like they made sure, like knowing that they were going to look and knowing that nothing is deleted.
Yeah.
Don't look,
Do
don't
you
get in.
believe
Like,
that they hacked it, got the PIN, finally got in, and then never touched it, never went through it?
I believe what it says here, that I barely opened it, started to poke around, got a video call, stopped, and didn't look again. I do believe that. I think this guy's a boomer, and he was probably he just, I don't know.
I'm questioning, why do they need into the dead guy's laptop so bad? He's the victim, is he not?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. And maybe the parents or the other family knows this. Why?
Because
They
if I
would?
was the dead guy's parents, I'd be fucking livid that her parents, the murderer's parents, are going through my son's laptop
Yeah, I think that's,
for any reason.
yeah, I think they are. I think that's part of it. Good morning, beautifully.
Good morning.
That wouldn't be the arrest warrant as its evidence. The arrest warrant and extradition demand wouldn't contain evidence yet. Well, the only info on the PC was his pitching info, which the dad or Courtney did not have passed codes to. The evidence regarding what was deleted will be in evidence of the crime provided to the court. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't say that. Or you could say it, I guess. I was trying not to say that because there's no evidence of it. Let's get going. Okay, understood. Sounds good. Several days passed with discussions about the victim's laptop. Though other discussions about meetings were had, dad sent a message on October 4th, approximately 5, writing, I'd also like for you to have the laptop soon so you can see if there's anything of use on it. Several more messages about meetings between the mom and the dad and the lawyers are exchanged over several days without reference to the laptop. The mom then messages the group chat at noon on October 6th, quote, I will be making the drive to Dallas tomorrow to drop off the laptop. I'm hoping that Morgan will come with me. This is a reference to the lawyer's travel to Dallas discussed above. It should also be noted that the mom and dad reside in Austin, several hours away from Dallas. I don't know why they noted that. That's weird. A lawyer replied 2 hours later, okay, sounds great. The earlier the better. Hoping to catch an earlier flight back to Miami, but drive safe and see you tomorrow. Looking forward to meeting Morgan if she comes with you. Maybe Morgan is one of the siblings.
So that's what I was thinking, like a little sister or something.
Yeah. There were then several discussions that continued into the next day about their anticipated arrival. Time on October 7th, more messages coordinating the unauthorized transfer of the victim's laptop were exchanged between the mom and the lawyer, which included location information, travel updates, estimated arrival several hours later on October 7th. At approximately 4:30, the lawyer wrote to the group chat, "Hey, Deborah, the mom, good seeing you today. I forgot to have you sign a property receipt for turning over the laptop. I will get one to you next week to sign. Thank you for bringing it to the Dallas area." Said the mom replied, okay, and you're welcome. The messages then do not discuss the laptop again for several months, noting again there are no records from January 19th until May 17th. The next time the victim's laptop's discussed is on July 8th. And the lawyer sent a message to the group chat at 7 p.m. writing, "Good evening, everyone. Mike Haas, IT expert, now has possession of all the electronics we need him to evaluate, clone, and run searches on. I did not have the passwords for the suspected Obumseli laptop handy. Does anyone have that readily available? Please send when you can." Mike Haas was later identified as Michael Walter Haas, an individual with information tech company named Pivotal IT Consulting that has a principal address in Florida. The following morning at 9 a.m., the dad replied, "I think the code to the laptop was 0412. And it should be noted again, this is the victim's birthday. Several days with unrelated conversations occurred until the next and last known discussion about the victim's laptop occurred 16 days later on July 25th at 12:38 p.m. The dad wrote, "Courtney was asking about the visit schedule this week. Also, do we have any updates on the video and the laptop? Since it has been 7 weeks, the last Zoom meeting possible, can we set up another soon?" That's what I meant there. CRC says any update on the video and the laptop.
Yeah.
That might be what they were originally going to look for in the laptop, some video. So it could have been good or bad. It's probably the video. I mean, who knows what it is? He could have been recording. I mean, who
Her
knows?
snapping or anything. Yeah.
It could be her wanting to delete stuff that shows bad or like find stuff that proves how they were. Whatever, like we can't really know that part of it.
Yeah, we don't know. I would guess that
On
they're trying
Friday,
to delete shit that looks bad.
right? Unless he really was abusing her and she really was fighting for her life. And there are several letters
Could
where he
be.
wrote to her saying, I'm sorry, I'll never hit you again.
But would you delete stuff? Wouldn't that be
Why?
stuff
No
you
one
don't
said
want to
that
delete?
anything was deleted. No one said anything was deleted. Her text messages were deleted. The laptop is
Oh,
what we're talking about, where the
okay.
information would
My
be.
mistake.
So far, nothing has been deleted except for it's 50-50, right? Either deleted something or they didn't. There's no proof of the one thing yet. On January 12th, Friday, the detective made contact with the dad, with Kimberly Wald. And that's not the dad, with Kimberly Wald, attorney. Henceworth, attorney Wald. Wald is counsel for the victim's estate. Miss Wald informed the detective that the victim's estate has never received the victim's property from anyone, including the mom, the dad, or Courtney, or any of the attorneys. She further advised that the victim's estate had never given permission to anyone, including any of them, to possess or keep the victim's belongings. Finally, Attorney Wald advised the victim's estate or family has never provided content or authorization to anyone, including any of them, to access the laptop. And that's where the crime is. Crimes against users of computers. In Florida, a person commits an offense against users of computers or electronic devices if he or she willfully, knowingly, and without authorization accesses or causes to be accessed any computer or electronic device with knowledge that such access is unauthorized or the manner of use exceeds authorization. This offense is a third-degree felony.
So girls, stop putting your boyfriend's fingerprint on his phone while he's
So it's
sleeping.
literally not about deleted stuff. Yeah, the messages were deleted, so they didn't know that they tried to get in it because the crime is in getting in the laptop. There's
Right.
no, yeah, so
It's like,
it doesn't need to be more than that. This is a felony without ever doing anything else. And the parents are gonna.
do you think
I'm
that's
sure there's.
crazy? Accessing a computer that you're not allowed to?
I mean, I don't know. Third-degree felony.
Like a girlfriend or boyfriend can like use,
Seems pretty
because
strange.
it happens all the time. When someone's sleeping, they'll put their finger on the phone and unlock it and go through it and find out they're getting cheated on.
I don't know. If in Florida, anyways, it's a felony. So wait. Yeah, in Florida it's a felony, but they committed the crime in Texas. So does that count? I don't know how this works. It says criminal intent is apparent throughout the messages, such as the dad's rush to get the laptop to the lawyer so he could see if there's anything of use on it. Furthermore, knowledge of ownership of the laptop can be inferred by mention of an attorney on the group thread referring to the device as a suspected Obamseli laptop. Accordingly, based on the totality of the circumstances, basically, we do believe that Courtney Taylor, Kim, the dad, the mom, together principals as one another, along with uncharged. So the attorneys and all of them were not charged in this. Did commit one count of authorized access or excessive access to a computer system, or electronic device of Christian Obamseli and or his estate. The felony. Warrants were signed, and it's over. So that is what happened with Courtney Clenney and her family this week.
Don't hack. No hacking.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll see where that goes. We will continue to watch that. I mean, the attorneys were like, "This is an overcharge." They're going on and on and on. I'm like, they're like, "What are they trying to hide by arresting the parents? Why are they doing this?" It is kind of a lot that they arrested her parents, but
right.
Fuck around and find out, I suppose.
But
you want to see what?
Yeah, it's sus that they were trying so hard to get into the dead guy's stuff for whatever reason.
What you want to see? You want to talk about a change? Keep your eyes on that woman.
Okay. Oh, dentures? No. Wow, not happy. There's makeup, no makeup.
I don't think she has dentures.
He looks the same.
I just think she's not happy.
Like, that's
he looks
makeup,
older.
no makeup.
That's your daughter's in jail for murder for the last few years, and you just stressed the fuck out. The Walden hit her 72 times. Yeah, but before this, her daughter's been in jail.
He looks like the guy from Law and Order, Law and Crime, Dan Abrams. Is that him?
No idea who that is.
Long cock, you know.
Okay. No, I don't watch it. Or if I do, I don't pay attention to it. So they want to talk about Fani Willis now?
Yeah.
Do you know who Fani Willis is?
Fanny's in trouble.
Is she?
Fanny's been throwing her fanny around town and paying people.
Her front fanny.
Her front fanny.
Yeah.
Oh, and outside of America, fanny means pussy.
I know, that's why I said front fanny. Well, we could call her front fanny. Her fanny, like, and everywhere else, her butt. You don't call a fanny a butt?
No.
Even in the movie Robots, they called the fanny. Aunt Fanny had a big old butt. A fanny is a butt, and it's gross to call you vagine that. Don't do it. Off topic, Jim and Andy are having a pissing match. Like, literally? Who the hell are Jim and Andy?
I thought they were fighting over video games. Tekken or something.
Who the hell are Jim and Andy?
Outside of your sector. Mr. Mediker's Jim, Andy Worski.
Oh, God.
Jim doesn't like that sector, Sparky.
It makes my head want to hurt. Okay, but let's talk about Fani. Okay, so, and there's got to be people who don't know who Fani Willis is, right? I'm sure I have a photograph. I don't have a photo. Okay, well, this is her.
Her Trump derangement syndrome is going to cost her job and probably maybe get her in jail. Maybe.
Are there any charge? Yeah.
Yeah, she's. I
don't think
they're
so.
getting a bunch of new charges against her, like 20 something.
They're bringing. Kind of. We can look at it. So they're trying to impeach her on 22 different counts. They are looking into if she misused funds, federal funds, and if she, basically, if she got, like, when she took the DA position, she asked for more money for COVID backlog, and then she used it to pay her boyfriend. Allegedly, instead of doing the other thing. And, like, he's made $1 million. Her salary is, like, with all of the enhancements and incentives, she made like $200,000 this year. He's made $1 million on this lawsuit so far.
That's how you call laundering.
Well, that's kind of what they're saying. They're like,
So why
Okay, hold on.
impeachment and not laundering or fraud? Or is that after? Do they do the impeachment just to get her out of
Yeah,
the office, and then they bring all the other charges?
that's gotta be it. Well, they might be enough that she's just out of office, I don't know.
Like, I don't
It'll
think
be up to the
impeachment
next
comes with
guy to.
anything. Isn't impeachment just like you're out of your job, like you got egg in your face, go away? Because people get impeached all the time and nothing happens.
No. I
So what?
think I think it's so if this is anything like how the president was, then there's a two-part, right? It's like they say, "Yeah, we think that she could be impeached," and they go over there and say, "Yep, impeached." Or it's like when you impeach a witness and you just get to throw out all their shit. Let's ask chat. I'm sure chat knows.
Here's a law question. So if they impeach this, she's a district attorney, right?
Yes.
So if they impeach her for having no ethics and credibility and all that, should that mean all of her cases should be re-reviewed for because she's obviously not credible, unethical. So if I was someone who was found guilty by during a trial that she prosecuted me, I'd be like, hey, hey,
Yeah, but no, because they're saying that during this particular time, she had this conflict of interest. Why would that apply to anything else?
just shows she's didn't have ethics
No,
or morals or
no, that would be retarded. This is not even gonna really say that. This is gonna say, I'll read it to you. It says, "Voting impeachment against Fani Willis, District Attorney for the Atlantic Judicial Circuit for other purposes. January 1, 2021, Fani Willis took office as the District Attorney for the Atlanta Circuit. All district attorneys in Georgia are required to take the following oath of office. I swear that I will faithfully and impartially and without fear, favor, or affection discharge my duties as district attorney and will take only my lawful compensation, so help me God. Pursuant to the code, all public officers are required to swear that he or she is not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due to this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof. Fani Willis, District Attorney for the Atlanta Judicial Circuit, knowingly and willfully initiated an internal Fulton County investigation, a special grand jury investigation, and a regular grand jury investigation in the 2020 federal election dealing with a substitute list of presidential electors, despite the fact that Georgia law, the Federal Electoral Count Act, Article 6 of the U.S. Constitution, and the 12th Amendment of the United States Constitution prohibits her from having jurisdiction into such election matters. Fani Willis knowingly and willfully withheld evidence of fraud, errors, and irregularities in the 2020 election from the Fulton County Special Grand Jury, causing them to reach a false conclusion stating no widespread fault took place in Georgia in the 2020 presidential election that could result in overturning that election, thus leading them to recommend indictment of 19 individuals who acted lawfully in a matter adverse to District Attorney Willis's political interest during a legal 2020 federal election challenge. You with me still?
yep.
On August 14th, Fani Willis initiated a wrongful criminal prosecution against, it's going to name all 19 people,
All
for
Republicans.
lawful activities performed during a legal election challenge, for which she lacked jurisdiction. So what they're saying is she doesn't have the jurisdiction to even do what she's doing.
Right.
And like basically all of this is what they want to impeach her for, is these.
Yeah.
And that's why there are 22 of them, because 19 all say the same exact thing. They're one for each of these people.
Gotcha.
All counts, and then there will be two more, I think, after that. In all counts where the evidence consists only of statements made where no malice is shown or specific words and phrases were used to clearly indicate an intent to violate a specific law, her bringing those counts violates Section 1, Clause 2 of the 14th Amendment as applying to protections of the First Amendment of the Constitution. The acts of malfeasance, tyrannical
Partiality.
partiality, thank you. My brain wouldn't even try. And oppression committed by Fani Willis under the color of her office in the wrongful indictments of all of these people constitutes the severest case of gross abuse of discretion as applied under paragraph 4, section 15-18-6 of the prosecutorial misconduct code, section 14-11-4. This is what those both say. One says a public officer may be charged under this code section 1 for malpractice, malfeasance, all that other stuff, using oppression or all that color of office. And the other one says it's basically the same things, they're just repeating them. And they're punishable by imprisonment not less than 1 year, no more than 5. So there seems to be a penalty here for this. So
she'll
not,
plead
I guess,
guilty, probation.
What? No, she won't. She's not pleading guilty to this. You're
better.
Nuts. No fucking way does she plead guilty to this. Fani Willis engaged in an inappropriate relationship with special counselor Nathan Wade.
She admitted to that.
No, she didn't.
I'm pretty sure I saw something that she admitted to it in the divorce trial of the guy she was banging.
What'd she say?
I can't remember for sure.
She admitted to a relationship, but she doesn't admit it's inappropriate.
Well, he's married.
She said
therefore
he filed for divorce. She filed for divorce. He
is also a employee subordinate of her, which makes it illegal. Even if consensual, it's still illegal because she has a position of authority over him. Also
not true.
Very true. You can't have sex with your subordinates. It's against the law.
You're making that up?
Nope.
You're making that up in this case because she's going to address this. I'm only saying that because she put a 176-page reply out on the 2nd. And I had to read that shit like yesterday or the day before.
Oh, Jesus.
So I do know that she addresses this. I do know that she comes up where attorney and wife or, cohabitating, all this stuff. She addresses all this stuff when they got together, why they were together, about the divorce. We will get there. I promise we'll get there. We're doing pretty good. We got rid of the Courtney stuff and we're almost done with the impeachment counts. So we will read.
700,000.
We will read.
For the record, I think Fauci is the highest or second highest paid federal employee, and he only makes $500,000, $400,000 a year.
Not bad job.
Somehow this dude got 700.
So, yeah. Well, he worked 1 billion hours. You'll see.
72 hours a day.
I know. I did do the math. I'm like, is this even possible? I'm like, okay, it's totally possible. But when does he sleep and eat? Okay. Plus, I'm sure I think he has a partner at his firm. So maybe I don't know. Let me keep reading. It says Fani Willis engaged in an inappropriate relationship with Nathan Wade, the special prosecutor. Fani Willis has authorized her office to compensate Wade for nearly $700,000 as a result of Willis's inappropriate relationship with Wade. She has financially benefited. This financial hold on, my brain won't do it. Fani Willis, district attorney for the Atlantic, has committed honest service fraud under 18 U.S.C. section 1346. The impeachment charges enumerated in this resolution show that the prosecutorial misconduct of Fani Willis is not conducive to the interests of the prosperity of this state and constitutes a violation of her oath of office, violation of Georgia criminal law, and violations of other laws, amendments. A claim which the state of Georgia has no immunity, it says. The Georgia Constitution provides a remedy when executive or judicial officers violate their oath of office or commit other offenses. The House of Representatives shall have the sole power to vote impeachment against charges against any executive or judicial officer of the state or any member of the General Assembly. These are her charges: violation of oath by a public officer, prosecution of Donald Trump on RICO and other charges for the purpose of advancing Dr. Willis, District Attorney Willis's political career, grossly violates this oath. This is the same charge, like I said, for everyone. This is Giuliani, Eastman, Meadows, all of them get their own thing. And then 20 says Fani Willis. What's her name? Why when Dr. Willis today? The prosecutions The prosecutions of all the defendants above was accomplished by prosecutorial vindictiveness in the withholding material evidence from the special purposes grand jury and the grand jury involved in these matters. Fani Willis swore in her oath of candidacy and upon being elected that she was not the holder of any unaccounted for public monies due to the state while owing the state late fees stemming from her candidacy for public office. What?
How do you
This
have late fees?
I don't know. Her candidacy, so she didn't. That's weird. This act alone makes her ineligible to hold her office under the Article 2, Paragraph 2, Section 3, whatever, of Georgia. She swore in her oath of office to take only lawful compensation, yet has profited from an inappropriate and unethical relationship with the special prosecutor for her office to the tune of $700,000. Bum, 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 bum.
Get Nancy Pelosi for that same thing. She makes
Wait.
an awful lot of money on a salary of $100,000 a year.
I doubt the fax is the same. Okay, so Fani, so what had happened was that I think this just happened. This impeachment thing just happened. But it's not the first thing that happened. So she starts the investigation in like 21, I guess. That's the same year that it all happened, 6 months or something later. She's doing all this investigation. August, am I sharing this? Nope. August of 2023 is when I think this is Jim Jordan. Yeah, Jim Jordan gives her this.
I like Jim.
Yeah, so this is before anyone knows that she's having an affair or whatever you want to call it, having a relationship, getting sex down every night, girl. This is so I wonder, I start to think like, did she see any of these things coming like down the road? Is she?
I don't think. I think she was just blind, tunnel vision.
Before Nathan and Fani could be deposed, Natalie settled, gave her ex everything so they wouldn't have to go on record in family court. Yep. Fani was trying to quash her deposition as it was. She's like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't have to be in there. But they addressed those things in their filings. But let me read this. This is August 24th to Miss Fani Willis. On August 14th, 2023, you brought a 41 count indictment against 19 defendants. Turning first to the question of motivation, it is noteworthy that just 4 days before this indictment, you launched a new campaign fundraising website that highlighted your investigation into President Trump. The timing of this prosecution reinforces concerns about your motivation. In February 2021, news outlets reported that you directed your office to open an investigation into President Trump. Indeed, sometime on or around February 11th, 2021, your office purportedly sent a letter to several Republican officials in Georgia requesting that they preserve documents relating to a matter of high priority that your office was investigating. Yet you did not bring charges until 2.5 years later, at a time when the campaign for the Republican presidential nomination is in full swing. Moreover, you have requested that the trial in this matter begin on March 4th, 2024, a day before Super Tuesday, and 8 days before the Georgia presidential primary. It is therefore unsurprising many have speculated that this indictment and prosecution are designed to interfere with the 2024 presidential election. 100%. Isn't that funny? 100%. Like she's investigating interference and it is interfering.
What you do. You accuse the others of what you're doing and then you do it. Because then if they try to accuse you back, go, see, they're just trying to do what I'm doing. Like,
yeah. Moreover, this
pocket scam.
Yes. Moreover, this indictment and prosecution implicate several significant federal interests. First, the indictment appears to be an attempt to use state criminal law to regulate the conduct of federal officers acting in their official capacities. In count 22, for example, the indictment seeks to criminalize under Georgia law internal deliberations within the Department of Justice, including a meeting where a former Department of Justice official requested formal authorization for his superior to take an official act. And in count 1, the indictment seeks to criminalize under Georgia law the White House chief of staff arranging meetings and phone calls for the president. There are also aspects of the indictment that give rise to questions about whether your office is seeking to criminalize, under Georgia law, certain speech of federal officers, including the president, that is protected by the First Amendment, especially given the potential for states to target certain federal officials. Such indictments implicate core federal interests. Isn't that weird?
The leftists should be fucking more mad than the Republicans at this, because she is using the Trump thing to suck money out of all the lefties to go after Trump. She's milking them.
They don't get mad. They don't give a shit. They just want to win. Second, the
I
indictment
think
charge.
some of them are starting to wake up. You'd be surprised how many lefties are like, no, I know, but you'd be surprised how many are slowly coming to the realization.
What is it? What's waking them up right now?
Reality that the mask is falling out. Who's that crazy fucking Boston guy? He was in like mob movies and stuff, I think. He looks like Brian Scalabrine. What the fuck is his name? Anyway, he was a Trump hater, fucking hates Trump, like angrily hated Trump for years. And then the more of this stuff has been coming out.
Is he white?
Yes. Oh yeah, 100%
Oh
white.
God, I know who you're talking about. I hate this.
Now he's like, I got to vote for Trump. I got to do it. Got to do it. That's like, I don't like
that guy.
Not supporting him, but I think people are getting red pilled. Like I got red pilled years ago, right? Because I was one of those. So I think more people are getting red pilled than.
Imagine they're like, hey, Trump needs to be president. They're going to burn your house. And I'm like, no, he's not. Biden's not going to burn any house down. He burned your house. And the guys, you were right. I'm on your team. Fuck you. You don't get a house. You
All right,
don't know.
I'm not going to be friends with him just because they red pilled. But I think it's
red pilled my ass. He's sad because his house burned down. Feelings. Fuck him. Fuck that guy. He's got no principles. Second, the indictment charges a former president of the United States and the federal government. Wait, the indictment charges a former. Yeah.
Thanks, Darth.
That exactly. President of the U.S. and the federal government has a substantial interest in the welfare of former presidents. Under federal law, former presidents are entitled to funding for an office staff, suitable office space appropriately furnished and equipped, a substantial lifetime federal pension, travel funds, and franked mail privileges. I don't know what that means. They also have. Do you know what that means?
No, it's a weird phrasing.
Franked mail. Does anyone know? Let's figure it out. Search the web for franked mail. Government relations.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard
how
that.
How to identify and process franked mail. We're not important enough to even know what the hell. I don't know. I can't figure it out that fast. Sorry. But the president gets it. They also have Secret Service protection. Thus, Congress may probe whether former presidents are being subjected to politically motivated state investigations and prosecutions due to the policies they advanced as president, and if so, what legislative remedies may be appropriate. To the extent that presidents fear that they may be subject to politically motivated prosecutions after they leave office, this could impact the policies they choose to pursue while in office. And because this former president is a current candidate for the office, the indictment implicates another core federal interest, presidential election. There are questions about whether and how your office coordinated with DOJ Special Counsel Jack Smith. Jack Smith is the Florida guy doing the documents case, the classified doc case in Florida, during the course of this investigation. And Congress has an interest in any such activities that involve federal law enforcement agencies and officials that fall under its oversight. News outlets have reported that your office and Mr. Smith interviewed many of the same witnesses and reviewed much of the same evidence in reaching your decision to indict President Trump. Accordingly, to advance our oversight, please produce the following documents and information for the period of January 1st to the present. All documents and communication referring to the Fulton County District Attorney's Office receipts of federal funds. Oh yeah, that's what they want to look at. How they use the money. All documents and communications between Fulton County DOJ, District Attorneys and the DOJ, including Jack Smith stuff, and referring or related to Donald Trump and these 18 other indictments, and all documents between the DA, federal executive branch office regarding your office's investigation to Trump. What else? And that's it. That was August 24th. So she's been noticed. She's been on notice that they're looking at the way that she uses money. I wonder if in August she stopped getting
Magically all
contracts for
just
her
ended.
boyfriend. Let's see.
It's not just her, right? It's not just her. It's all these different DAs. It was her. It was Corey. Was it Corey Bush? That other black woman? Remember we followed her and the judge was like reprimanded her because she wasn't showing up to trials and everyone was just getting let off of their charges. That one. What was her name?
Oh, I don't remember.
But
She ended up getting fired though.
Right. But I had to go through a long drawn out process and she was letting all the criminals go because, they were not white.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so what else do we need to do here?
Now they're playing dirty politics. Should the other team play dirty politics back when they get power?
Yes.
I agree. A lot of people go, no, don't do the same. I'm like, no, they want to swing the stick at you, punch them in the face, take the stick back, and now beat them to death with their own stick.
With their own stick. Yes, absolutely.
And then the dust should settle and everyone should be like, okay, we're not going to do this again, right? You're going to agree we're not going to fuck you over with breaking the law and you don't fuck us over.
But that thing is, it just never ends. But it was already never going to end. So it's like, what do you do?
Well, I think Trump needs to fucking clean house. If he gets elected and the first month he's in office, he hasn't fired like 10 fucking DAs and Department of Justice people, like there should be a list of people that are fired the first day. And if they're not, then Trump's part of the problem.
Yeah, he should already have the list. You're right. He didn't need to make it when he gets there.
Right.
He should carry the list around with him.
Fucking list. He knows who's on the list.
Should add to it as he meets people. All right. So
that would be my black pill for Trump if he doesn't do the firings the first month.
What will it matter? I have a question. If Trump wins the presidency, is he eligible to be president a third time? Like, okay, so this is it no matter what. So he doesn't give a fuck. He's going to be one of those.
That's what I mean. This is why he should just go fucking wide open.
What would it matter if it black pills you? That's the thing. He has no one, like, he does. That's not saying that you matter at all. I'm just saying, like,
I know what you mean.
I don't know. Who knows what it'll do?
I'm still holding on to like a piece of a white pill.
Let's see what this.
I'm holding it. What's that Bonnie Tyler song? I'm holding out for a hero.
I'm holding out. I don't know what. DA Willis and special prosecutor traveled together during Trump probe. Let's read it.
Weird.
January 19th. Special prosecutor. No, they're banging. It's weird to think about it when you look at pictures of them. Gross.
Right? That's why your hair is all messed up. Well, we know what they do in the congressional buildings when no one's looking.
Yuck. Special prosecutor Nathan Wade purchased airline tickets he and the DA used for trips to San Francisco, Miami, Aruba, according to a court motion filed Friday. The filing on behalf of Jocelyn Wade in her divorce case with Nathan Wade included detailed credit card statements. They appeared to bolster allegations of a romantic relationship between Nathan Wade and Willis. The trips took place in 2022 and 2023 after Willis had hired Wade as special prosecutor in the probe of election subversion by Donald Trump and his allies. I'm not going to take the rest.
Idiots. You think they'd know about leaving paper trails, credit cards, statements, dates and times?
Well, she's basically saying, and she'll say it in her fucking reply is 176 pages or some shit. I'll show you.
Was she just trying to ground it, or was she trying to make a 75 points?
It's really like 60 pages with a bunch of evidence or a bunch of exhibits. And she lawyers it, right? It's just a bunch of non-answering and kind of answering and
dancing.
But both of them sort of do it. Both of their attorneys are doing it or whatever. Let me find. Is this it? This is the first one, 127 pages. This is the guy. Let me tell you something about Michael Roman. Michael Roman is the guy who is saying, you need to dismiss my shit. These two are doing sex when no one's looking. But Michael Roman is charged in the indictment, right? He's one of the 19.
Okay.
And he's the, what do they call it? Opposition research guy. To me, I feel like this is what the fucking she gets for what she did, because the opposition research guy is like his his full-time job is to look into your dirt, is to find dirt on the other guy. So of course, this is the guy who finds out that she's banging dude behind the scenes or in front of the scenes or wherever she does it. I don't know what they're into. Is that interesting to you?
Sorry, just
Are you still here? I lost our cameras. I didn't see you. I'm like, wait, did he leave? He's not even here.
Around the microphone.
So yeah, this is this is kind of funny that this is the guy that's doing this. A guy's reply would be 5 pages with the white paper. Canada's going to give fentanyl to kids without what?
You haven't heard that yet?
No.
Oh yeah. So our government, yeah. We can get into it at the end of the show.
Okay. Yeah. Yikes. So this is the first motion, and it is 127 pages. So I didn't highlight the whole thing. Look at that. So we'll go through this as quickly as possible. I did hers first and then came back and did his. So when we get to hers, we might be able to skip a little bit. I don't really know. Yeah, but they paused the MAID program for the mentally ill due to lack of willing doctors.
No, there's lots of psychos out there. We've killed over 10,000 people already. There's no lack of willing doctors.
No, that's what the article said.
They lie.
Damn it. The journalism wouldn't lie to us.
Why don't you read this with your amazing speed reading skills like you had in your intro?
Okay, ready, go. That was a pretty good intro, and we didn't get to the book yet. that was it. Now you guys know about Mr. Roman. All right, so this is a motion to dismiss the grand jury indictment as fatally defective and motion to disqualify the DA, her office, and the special prosecutor from further prosecuting this matter. The defendant, Mr. Roman, moves the court for an order striking the special purpose grand jury report and dismissing the criminal indictment in its entirety against Mr. Roman on the grounds that the entire prosecution is invalid and unconstitutional because the Fulton County District Attorney never had legal authority to appoint the special prosecutor who assisted in obtaining both grand jury indictments. As a result, both indictments contain structural errors and irreparable defects and should be dismissed in their entirety. Mr. Roman also
day one.
Mr. Roman also moves the court for an order disqualifying the district attorney on the grounds that the district attorney and the special prosecutor have been engaged in an improper clandestine personal relationship during the pendency of this case, which has resulted in the special prosecutor and in turn the DA profiting significantly from the prosecution at the expense of the taxpayers.
Dun, dun, dun. That tea, folks. Throw that tea.
The important issues raised in the instant motion suggest that the elected district attorney for the largest district attorney's office in the state of Georgia has issued the instant prosecution to pay her partner a large sum of money that was originally allotted to clear the backlog of cases in Fulton County following the COVID pandemic. The district attorney sought additional funds from Fulton County to clear the COVID backlog, including making a detailed presentation to the Board of Commissioners in 2021, and she ultimately received that funding from the county, but she has not used those funds for that purpose. She apparently has used them to prosecute this case. Instead of handling this case within her office, as she could have done given the influx of COVID money, she chose to hire a private special prosecutor to preside over the case. As has been pointed out in prior filings, the special prosecutor's oath of office was never filed. While this may have been an oversight, it may have been purposeful, a specific attempt to shield from public knowledge the fact that the special prosecutor had, in fact, been appointed without legal authority. The district attorney chose to appoint her romantic partner, who at all times relevant to this prosecution has been a married man. Even assuming this type of nepotism might be forgiven in the abstract, a review of the amount of money that this special prosecutor has been paid by the district attorney and the personal activities of the DA and the special prosecutor during the pendency of this prosecution shed light on just how self-serving this arrangement has been. How do we know this? 1. Open records requests from the Fulton County reveal that the DA did not obtain county approval to appoint the special prosecutor. What in the shit? In each of these bullet points, they ask a question. Why would the district attorney not obtain that? And I'm like, okay, obviously That's going to be the question. So I just
Right?
not. It feels like a Q post a little bit reading this. I'm like, yeah, why? Google. The special prosecutor has admitted his oath was not filed prior to his work on the case. The special prosecutor is seeking a divorce in Cobb County and sought successfully to seal those records, hiding them from public view. For the record, Cobb County is not the county. Fulton County is the county that all this is happening in. He filed outside of the county for privacy or some shit.
Right.
And it says, while the filings in the divorce are sealed by court order, information obtained outside of court filing indicates that the district attorney and special prosecutor have traveled personally together to Napa Valley, Florida, and the Caribbean. Oh my Lanta, they were at hedonism. And the special prosecutor, oh my gosh, what if that's where Nick got AIDS?
That's where he got his AIDS. You beat me to it. He's not on a diet. He's on the HIV.
Yeah, he got the HIV. And allegedly, and the special prosecutor has purchased tickets for both of them to travel on both the Norwegian and Royal Caribbean cruise lines. According to these sources, the personal relationship between the district attorney and the special prosecutor began before this prosecution was initiated and before the district attorney appointed the special prosecutor. That research reveals that the special prosecutor has never tried a felony RICO case. The state of Georgia and the city of Atlanta have several lawyers who specialize in the prosecution and defending RICO cases. Despite having access to these resources, oh yeah, why did she hire dude? The special
I think she
prosecutor
tried all the other ones, and they all said no. This is not what I'm not putting my neck on the
That's
line
actually
for.
what she's gonna say. She's like, we
Oh,
put it out there and nobody would do it.
so we had to find a loser. It was an idiot that needed money.
She says it's because the pay was low and the hours were high.
Bullshit.
It sounded like that pay
If
was
this was
wonderful.
true and there was a chance of like getting Trump, people would do it pro bono just to have that hat, that feather in their cap.
Right. You would think
That would be huge, right? You were the one guy, like
I don't know. The special
didn't have the perks. It wasn't the money, it was the perks.
It was all the perks. Yep. The special prosecutor, based on his lack of experience in this type of felony, would not be qualified under Fulton County standard to be appointed to represent any defendant in this case, given the complexity of the charges. That's wild, right? The prosecutor, the guy who's doing this, based on his lack of experience in this type of felony, would not be qualified under Fulton County standards to represent the defendants.
He was probably like a
prosecutor,
DUI lawyer, like crazy.
Well, he actually, we hear from him in her reply.
Oh.
So she fucking does the thing. She simps for him. If the special prosecutor is not qualified to defend this case under Fulton County standards, then how is he qualified to prosecute the case? Since being appointed, he's been paid an estimated $1 million bones in legal fees.
Yeah,
the special prosecutor's fees have been lucrative in comparison by any reasonable measure. The district attorney's salary, including state and current supplements, is $198,266.66, and the total annual budget for the district attorney's office for 2022 was $31.5 million. The district attorney lobbied for additional money and received it. Why is this important? The district attorney's apparent intentional failure to disclose her conflict of interest to Fulton County and the court, combined with her decision to employ the special prosecutor based on her own personal interest, may well be an act to defraud the public of honest services, since the district attorney personally benefited from an undisclosed conflict of interest, which is a crime.
Could you imagine paying your subordinate more money than you get paid?
No. It says under 18 U.S.C. section 1346, as well as a predicate act, which could result in a RICO charge against both the DA and the special prosecutor. That's that's kind of funny.
Yeah, see, accuse others of what you are doing.
Wow. Factual background. Willis and Wade have engaged in a personal relationship both before and after Willis appointed Wade as the special prosecutor. Willis and Wade were romantically involved prior to contracting him for legal services. On November 2nd, 2021, a day after his first contract with Willis commenced, he filed for divorce. Wade then had the divorce proceedings
That's weird.
sealed by consent order on February 10th. Now, I don't want to jump the shark, and I hate defending people who I hate. I don't hate these people, I guess. But what they're going to say is, so he's filing for divorce November 3rd, a day after his first, on the day after his first, yeah, on the 2nd. And in their divorce filing, they're going to file irreparable damage.
Irreconcilable differences?
Not irreparable damages or something like that.
Oh,
I think it's
maybe for an
irreparable.
STD.
I don't know, but either way, it's a non-contested. They both said the same thing, meaning the definition of that, meaning they haven't lived together or cohabitated in a very long time. The wife actually lives in a different state. So while people are
Ooh.
like, oh, they were together, they were like, both of them have agreed that they have been separated while still legally married for over a year.
Interesting.
Should matter, but I doubt it will. Doesn't really matter to me. She's, just kidding. Just kidding, Fanny. You use your Fanny however you want. It's your Fanny.
It's
Wade,
my Fanny, and I'll party if I want to.
I'll share it if I want to. Okay. Words. Wade did not file an oath of office as required by law. Wade swore an oath of a loyalty oath. The loyalty oath was sworn on November 5th and was notarized, but it was never filed. It says he swore a oath of special DA. Again, on the first, it was notarized and it was filed, but the second one was never filed.
I wonder
Not
if another
filed.
dirty lawyer notarized it for them.
Lawyer, I mean, I doubt. I don't listen. These lawyers might put their damn licenses on the line, but this notary stamp is important. They're not bad people. But he didn't file that, and it says the loyalty oath was not filed as required by statute until the 27th of September 2023. That's a while later, almost 2 years, which was after Wade had appeared and participated in both both grand juries, the special prosecutions one and the regular. That's why, right? Thus, at the time Wade appeared before and assisted in the grand juries, he had not filed an oath of office as special prosecutor in any Georgia court and was not under a valid employment contract with Willis. Despite this, Wade signed numerous subpoenas. Says Wade's lack of relevant experience, his contracts with Willis and Wade's substantial income in connection with the instant case, the Fulton County DA's office is the largest district attorney's office in Georgia. As a result, they have numerous experienced lawyers fully capable of preparing this case for the grand jury and trial. Willis, however, contracted with Wade and his firm to be a special prosecutor and to be paid as a private law firm hourly for the work. Undersigned counsel is aware of and is unable to find any history of Wade ever having prosecuted a single felony trial.
He's a Mercado lawyer.
At the rate Willis is paying him. Based on his current experience and based on the current appointment guidelines, Mr. Wade would not be qualified to serve the defendants in this RICO case because he has not, quote, at least 2 criminal trials of similar defense. So there are guidelines to see if you could defend these people.
Take a couple swings at the fucking
He couldn't defend them, but he's going to prosecute them. What? In addition, assuming he could be appointed, he would only be paid a rate of $140 per hour. He's going to get $250 an hour. Wade's initial contract with Willis commenced on November 1st and was in effect until October 31st, 2022. The only copy of this contract that they have a copy is labeled addendum that was not signed until March 1, 2022 and permitted Wade to be reimbursed for any work-related travel that was associated with the performance of his duties. During this year-long period, however, Wade was paid a total of $299,000 and received $3,500 as reimbursement for travel. Wade's invoices for his service. Okay, there are invoices further down. We might look at them, we might not. During this year-long period, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. The first invoices were paid out of the confiscated funds seized property fund, and the remaining were paid out of the general fund. The second contract between Willis and Wade covered a period of November 15th, 2022 through May 15, 2023, and provided for payments to Wade at the rate of $250 per hour for up to 600 hours for a cap of $150,000. during this contract period, $150,000. This contract was not signed until June 12th, which I see I have a question mark there. How do you enter into a contract? Like, I don't get it. It was a month over and that's when it was signed?
Well, because now someone's asking questions, so now we got to make a contract.
It says Wade was paid a total of $173,000 under the second contract. The third contract between Willis and Wade covered June 12, 2023 through December 31st, 2023 and provided for payment to Willis or Wade. Yeah. $250 per hour for total of $210,000. According to the terms of the third contract, if Wade needed to work beyond those limits, he could seek written approval from Willis, his chick.
My sugar mama.
Right? Yeah. As of June 23rd, Wade has been paid approximately $548,977 from the district attorney's office for his work with the anti-corruption unit. Whatever the hell that is. Wait, what is that?
Remember, you accuse others. This is what we do. We do the corruption.
As of December 2023, Wade has been paid a total of $653,000, which does not include all of his billing to date and does not include the amounts paid to his law firm through his partners. Wade's law partner, Chris Campbell, also entered into agreements with Willis to provide legal services. On March 1st, 2021, Campbell, her boyfriend's law partner in the office, entered into agreement to serve as attorney in the anti-corruption unit at the DA's office. Campbell
we need to break these invoices into two.
Right? To date, Campbell has been paid approximately $126,000 and is still under contract to receive more. Wade is a partner in Wade and Campbell, according to the website. Okay.
That's just going into the business account.
Mm-hmm.
Then
in comparison,
the company credit card.
They're going to compare her in comparison. Willis, the woman, received $129,000 as salary from the state of Georgia, plus an additional $6,000 accountability supplement, plus $62,000 supplement from Fulton County for an additional salary, for a total annual salary of $199,266. Their DA, who you could just assume is going to have the hardest cases, the longest likely.
Most stress, everything.
They're not even paid. Dude got paid more than her.
She paid herself through him.
Well, because they went on vacation. That's it. I think that's why they needed to see, or they wanted to see the divorce stuff, is to see how often did he travel on vacations before she started.
Right, just magically all these vacations just started happening.
Right, did he always vacation? But if he always vacationed with his wife up until the divorce, and then he just started vacationing with his girlfriend, that wouldn't be different.
No, that would show, yeah. But if they all just magically appeared and he never vacationed before, then that would be
right. Mm-hmm. I already read that. Also, as noted above, some amount of Wade's income has been used to travel with Willis to traditional vacation destinations, and they may have done so with certain members of their families. Ooh, shade. Wade's former partner, Terrence Bradley, also entered into agreements with Willis to provide legal services. Prior to Bradley and Wade dissolving their law firm, Bradley had been paid a total of $75,000. After dissolving their association, Bradley no longer received funds from the DA. That's a good footnote.
I wonder if he's going to get salty now, knowing how much money he missed out on.
Where you at, Bradley?
He might turn state's evidence.
Oh, cool. Look at all these pages that we don't have to read. I hope you guys are reading fast. Wade asserted such power and control by presenting the case to the special purposes grand jury, subpoenaing witnesses, granted or denying immunity, negotiating testimony, seeking arrest warrants, deciding who to include on the indict, deciding what evidence to present to the grand jury. All of these acts are acts that are only to be entrusted to a person who is legally authorized to hold such power according to the laws of Georgia and is sworn under our Constitution to fulfill this lawful duty. Wade had no such authorization of power when he not only was present but ran the grand jury proceedings. So yeah, he's doing all of this without his oath of office. And I'm not. Did they already say?
Me doing it? It'd be like just me putting a shirt and tie on and going in and running a grand jury.
Mm-hmm. It says Mr. Roman, this is a footnote, and it's funny. These are funny ones. Mr. Roman is charged in count 9 with conspiring to commit impersonating a public officer by allegedly conspiring to cause individuals to falsely hold themselves out as the duly elected and qualified presidential electors with the intent to mislead others into believing they actually were such officers.
Right.
It could be argued that Willis conspired with Wade to falsely hold himself out as a duly appointed and qualified special prosecutor from the Fulton DA's office with the intent to mislead witnesses, jurors, law enforcement, defendants, and counsel. It could further be argued that they did so for pecuniary gain in the amounts that Wade has been paid for taxpayer funds. Mr. Roman is similar. Isn't that hilarious? Mr. Roman is similarly charged on count 11 with conspiring to commit forgery in the first degree by knowingly, with the intent to defraud, make a document other than a check in such matter that the writing as made purports to have been made by authority of the duly elected and qualified presidential elector from Georgia, who did not give such authority, and to utter and deliver said documents to be filed. It could similarly, that's what this dude who's filing this is charged with. This is just a footnote to say the two things you charged me with, you're literally guilty of right now based on these two technicalities. It says it could similarly be argued that Willis conspired with Wade to knowingly, with the intent to defraud, make a document, Wade's oath of office, other than a check in such manner that the writing is made purports to have been made by authority of Willis, who did not have such authority. She didn't ask him to be appointed. I don't know if they said that already, but that's another point. Like, he didn't swear his oath, and she never asked. She just entered into contract with him without.
Right.
And according to this side of things, they're saying that's improper.
It's the Spider-Man meme where they're just pointing the same at each other.
Yep. And the document was uttered and delivered to the clerk for filing. It could further be argued that they did so for pecuniary gain in the amounts that Wade has been paid for taxpayer funds and that Willis has enjoyed through her relationship with Wade. I just think that's
They
funny.
get found that they have to pay the money back. That'd be hilarious because they spent it on vacations and don't have it anymore.
I don't know. An error is fundamental if it undermines the confidence in the integrity of the criminal proceedings. Willis and Wade are operating under a conflict of interest and should be disqualified under federal and state constitutional due process grounds because both of them have acquired a personal interest and stake in Roman's conviction, thus depriving Mr. Roman of his right to a fundamentally fair trial. She's going to argue that they have no stake in it doesn't matter, guilty or not guilty. They get paid one way or another. They have no stake in the outcome. And he's arguing that their continued prosecution of him every hour is money in their belts. She's got a book coming out. She's doing all of these things. Like, they're elevating themselves in these other ways.
This is all for the news, all for the headlines.
Mm-hmm. So under the Georgia rules of personal conduct, a lawyer shall not represent or continue to represent a client if there is a significant risk that the lawyer's own interests or the lawyer's duties to another client or former client or a third person will materially and adversely affect the representation of the client except as permitted somewhere else. Wade has personally and financially benefited from this personal relationship with Willis since he has received lucrative amounts under his continued contracts with Willis. He will continue to be incentivized to prosecute this case based on his personal and financial motives. So he has acquired a unique and personal interest or stake in Mr. Roman's continued prosecution. That is, he is motivated to prosecute Mr. Roman for as long as possible because he will continue to make exorbitant sums of money. Willis has created a system where she receives indirect personal and financial benefits like trips, hotels, and other benefits from Wade due to her awarding him with contracts to be a special prosecutor. While she is not paying herself directly, she nonetheless reaps the rewards from the funds due to her personal relationship with Wade and thus also has required a personal interest and stake in Mr. Roman's continued prosecution. I guess I found this important. It is worth noting that, though not the focus of the instant motion, that Willis has been on numerous national media outlets discussing the instant case. If it continues, Mr. Roman will have no choice but to file a motion to prevent her from continuing to make such statements under Georgia Rule Professional conduct, special responsibilities of a prosecutor, which provides that Willis should, except for statements that are necessary to inform the public of the nature and extent of the prosecutor's actions and that serve a legitimate law enforcement purpose, refrain from making extrajudicial comments that have a substantial likelihood on heightening public condemnation of the accused. There's no doubt that some of the statements she has made publicly were designed to condemn Mr. Roman and others before a trial begins. It threatens to poison the jury pool, and Mr. Roman intends to act with additional motions if it continues. In other words, Wade ain't gonna be the only one gagging you, bitch.
Right.
Allegedly. Okay, finally, Willis and Wade have hidden the nature of their personal relationship from both the state of Georgia, Fulton County, and the defendants in this matter, and failed to disclose the financial compensation from which they both benefited as a result of Wade's appointment as the special prosecutor. This arguably would constitute a misrepresentation in violation of some rules. 1 second, buddy. Let me finish this paragraph and then maybe you could take over. This is in keeping with the American Bar Association standards of criminal justice, which provides that Willis's appointment of Wade is improper when he has a personal or financial interest in the prosecution of particular charges. It's interesting because it's like a gray area, right? He doesn't necessarily have an interest, like win or lose, he's still going to be making. I don't know. This one's difficult for me. It says Willis may have violated 18 U.S.C. 1346, the RICO statute, by failing to disclose her conflict of interest. Oh, man, I was hoping there'd be a long thing for you to read. Oh, that's it. Let me finish this then. It says, the irony that Willis and Wade engaged in a pattern of racketeering that could be charged in a federal RICO indictment is not lost here. Where it's going to go into their different evidence and all of their different exhibits.
I think it's funny that Giuliani's the one they're trying to charge too with racketeering when he's the one that did the RICO. Yeah, hit play on this and you can do your thing.
Yeah, let me hit play on this. This is when the charges came out against Fani, and they were like, this is January 14th. So the news is just found out that she's in a relationship with this guy. She's in a church. She decided that this is where she would fuck up the separation. And she, okay, that's true. Let's play it. I'll be right back.
Pick your venue, right?
I appointed 3 special counsels.
Oh, turn it up. She's gone. Oh, there she's not.
Paid them all the same hourly rate. They only attacked one. I hired one white woman, a good personal friend and great lawyer.
It's white man's fault.
A superstar, I tell you. I hired one white man, brilliant, my friend, and a great lawyer. And I hired one black man, another
unqualified
superstar, a great friend,
big dick,
and a great lawyer. Oh Lord, they gonna be mad when I call them out on this nonsense. First thing they say, oh, she gonna play the race card now. But no, God, isn't it them who's playing the race card?
All these people in this church should be embarrassed they let her on the mic.
Isn't it them playing the race card when they constantly think, I need someone from some other jurisdiction in some other state to tell me how to do a job I've been doing almost 30 years.
Because you ain't been doing it right. And I don't know why they clapping.
God, why don't they
race has nothing to do with this whole case.
And just be honest. I mean, can't they keep it 100 with themselves? Why are they so surprised that a diverse team that I assembled, your child, can accomplish extraordinary things? God, wasn't it them that attacked this lawyer of impeccable credentials? The black man I chose has been a judge more than 10 years, run a private practice more than 20, represented businesses in civil litigation. I ain't done, y'all. Served as a prosecutor, a criminal defense lawyer, special assistant attorney general, won Chief Justice Robert Benham Award from the State Bar of Georgia. You know, they ain't just giving this to black men. How come God, the same black man I hired, was acceptable when a Republican in another county hired him and paid him twice the rate? Oh, y'all ain't hear me. In another county, the elected official has the authority to pay him twice the rate. Why is the white male Republicans' judgment good enough, but the black female Democrats not?
Because you the cunt. They don't even know why they're clapping.
Now, please hear me. I'm not criticizing his judgment.
Yes, you are.
The people of his county elected him to make that decision. In fact, let me put it on the record. He's someone I respect because he was always willing to hire diversity. He was just looking for quality.
You don't hire diversity, you hire merits.
I don't care political party. They care about it.
No, you do.
My only question is, why is it question me?
Because you're cheating.
Lord, now I want to be clear. All three of these special counselors are superstars. But I'm just asking God, is it that some will never see
You didn't get struck down like Heather McDonald did.
No matter his achievements? What more can one achieve? The other two have never been judges, but no one questions their credentials. I'm just
Turn it up a hair.
Lord, I'm just asking, is it that I, because of the shell you chose to put me in?
In just 7 seconds.
I think it's over. It's obviously longer than that, but y'all are racist. You're racist if you agree with anything I said today. You are racist.
Didn't do nothing. It's because I'm black.
Didn't
do nothing because I'm black. No one
Bitch, you
cares.
don't got to go to church and put a microphone in your face to talk to Jesus.
But the people clapping in the background don't even know why they're clapping. They just, someone else started clapping. They look around. Oh, you're clapping. Oh, I better start
She's
clapping.
Baptist. You mentioned Jesus' name. We're going to clap about that. Damn it,
if there was a Baptist church around here, I'd probably go to it.
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
They do
Okay, so that's all Fani. Let's see what Chat has to say. She's a racist because of fraternization and corruption. Turn it up and mute Nova. Sorry, I didn't have it the right volume. I kind of turned it on and
we managed.
Oh man, they got a lot to say. Sorry if I missed your guys' chats. I'm sure it was so very important, but I don't think it's any of it's for me. So this is 176 pages. This is her reply.
God damn.
I know, but it's like, let me show you how the end looks. This is just a bunch of contracts. Most of the stuff I didn't even highlight.
Attachments.
That's a lot. I did highlight some of it though, so we'll have to see it. But
doesn't Fulton County have a reputation of being like one of the most corrupt counties in America?
I've never heard that. How did you know that?
Wasn't that the county who arrested
Martin
Luther King and a bunch of other people back in the day for bullshit?
Maybe. I don't know my history like that.
I'm pretty sure
look up Fulton County.
Chat or somebody. I think Fulton County is like super corrupt from like even back from the 50s, 60s, 70s. It's always been like Fulton County. Everyone knows Fulton County.
No, they don't. That's actually a lie. I live in here and I don't know about Fulton County. Most corrupt counties. Most corrupt counties. That's
right. Is Fulton County a corrupt? Or the history of Fulton County?
Corruption index. Global corruption. Most countries. I want counties.
Just try, is Fulton County corrupt? Or the history. Try the history of Fulton County. Question mark or something.
But you said it's the most. So comparing Fulton County to what?
Well, I think
I wanted to compare it to the other counties.
Because I think they arrested Martin Luther King, and I think they arrested like all these people with bullshit reasons back in the day, just because they could. Same way she's doing it with Trump.
But because they arrested Dr. King doesn't make them also the most corrupt. They're in Atlanta, Georgia.
The only one. He wasn't the only one though. I think there was like a pattern with that county.
I've never heard this before. It's not one of those well-known things if it's true.
I heard it way up here in Canada.
You heard it on fucking YouTube. Shut your mouth.
It might have been BitChute. You don't know.
That's true. If it's racist, you heard it on BitChute. Fulton's pretty bad for a while. He's Hideous said. So let's see. Wrong, someone said Cook County is worse. That's in Illinois.
No, that's Cook County Jail is the worst jail to be in. That's where Jesse Smollett's going.
Is it?
He should be there now. I don't know why he's not there.
He's going to jail and not prison?
Yes, because it's under 2 years.
Oh, damn, that would suck. Fuck, that does suck.
Yeah, apparently people like inmates who go to jail a lot would rather go to prison and stay the fuck away from Fulton County Jail because it's like one of the most violent, not from the inmate or not from the guards, but by the inmates. It's like one of the craziest that you just don't want to go there.
I don't know. Is like, I don't know, literally.
I
But
think I
never
heard a
about
couple of
You know
lawyers
what?
talking about it when they said that Jesse was going to that jail. They're like, uh-oh.
Where is inappropriately said? Is she still here?
She was here
Wake
earlier.
up. Wake up. I'm going to see if she's still around. Oh, no. King Charles has cancer. Did you guys know that?
Is that the old dude we're making money out for now?
I don't
And
know.
we were, and
Listen,
everyone in Canada goes, wait, don't make money with his face on it yet because he's old. He's gonna die soon. So if he has got cancer now, it's like perfect.
what was the question?
He
Oh,
was an Epstein Island boy, so
is
he could die.
Fulton County. You know what? You're here. You're thinking of fucking Fulton Prison or some shit that Johnny Cash thing about, and that shit's in Bakersfield, California.
No, I'm not thinking of Fulton County. What
Wait, it's
prison?
probably in Fulton. Forget I said that stuff about Bakersfield. Is Fulton County bad? I'm gonna ask somebody who lives in Georgia. Oh wait, I should say the worst. The worst even? Question mark. Did they kill the king? Fulton's pretty bad for a while. My skin color means I'm a marginalized victim of the patriarchal climate racisms. I got a silver medal in the Oppression Olympics. Such misogyny. She's a woman. I don't see inappropriately said. We'll see if she missed. She might have fallen asleep. These things happen.
What? During this show? No way.
Well, imagine. Where I'm on page 170 of a damn indictment. Words I
You
can
weren't
barely
yelling at me
say.
to spark her awake.
I know shit. We've ruined it. That's Folsom. I was close enough. I think that's what Nova was thinking about, even though I got it wrong. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. I don't even know what I'm doing. I just
Rabbit
paused.
hole.
Wait, I hear something. It's either someone singing or there's a crime being happening. Someone marked the time so I could tell the police. 10:52.
You see bushy eyebrows.
No, dude, because if I see that, I'm gonna fucking fight. I don't think I'm a freeze type person.
No.
That's the problem, is that she froze, which is probably her best bet. He steps down off that step. I think it disorients him and he leaves the house. Had she done what I would have done, like, who the fuck are you? Or whatever, he would have then seen her and then maybe had to kill her. She
I
probably
don't
did the
know.
right thing, but it's like, also call the cops maybe just right then.
Don't order food.
No, she didn't order food. The dead one did. This girl was not hungry. She was drunk. I don't know. I made that drunk part up as well. I don't know that about her.
Yeah, it's Folsom County, no?
State. I know, but I feel like that's what you meant.
It's close.
I got it wrong, but I feel like that's what you meant. You got it wrong too. Okay. What's up?
What do we got?
Read chat.
176 pages.
I tried reading chat. I didn't see anything interesting that I didn't read. I could go further than I went, but 176 pages, and it's not all of it. States, this is Fani's response. She sent this out on the 2nd, which was Friday. They are due in court, I believe, the 15th, which is next Thursday.
Is she representing herself?
No, I don't know, dude.
Is she not the state?
Listen, that's a very hard question. Hold on. Are they going to tell me that? Come down, the state of Georgia, by and through undersigned counsel for the DA to oppose the filed by the defendant. Okay. We knew what? I can't understand chat. Chat, if you want me to pay attention to you, you got to make it make sense. So we'll keep going. Yeah. We're just gonna say she's no. Okay, hold on. God, that's dumb. This is in her. So she is the attorney. She is the state.
Right.
And they're saying disqualify the state. So now the state's going, fuck off, don't disqualify me. That's what's happening. So she doesn't have to have a lawyer for this. They're talking, you confused me for a second. I'm back. This is their opposition to the defendant, Roman Trump, and somebody else's motion to dismiss and disqualify the DA. While the allegations raised in the various motions are salacious and garnered the media attention they were designed to obtain, none provide this court with any basis upon which to order the relief they seek. Unequivocally, the evidence and facts demonstrate that District Attorney Willis has no financial conflict of interest that constitutes a legal basis. It wasn't her. I tried to say she didn't do nothing.
Wasn't me.
Attorney
She just
Willis.
have Shaggy Track. Just send that in as your rebuttal.
Yep. Willis has no personal conflict of interest that justifies her disqualification. The attacks on Wade's disqualifications are factually inaccurate, unsupported, malicious, and they provide no basis for dismissal. Willis has made no public statements that warrant disqualification or judicial inquiry, and criticism of the process utilized to appoint and compensate the special prosecution in this case demonstrates basic misunderstanding of rudimentary county and state regulations and provides no legal basis for dismissal of the indictment or qualifications of any member of the prosecution. So she wrote this because you could feel the attitude in this.
That's her. That's all her. It's all
you
fucking 100%.
Dumb motherfuckers. Why you wasting my time? I got 176 pages.
It should be in there. Racism, 0.7.
It's implied. She read that cat. The king had cancer. She said that the last part of me, the part of didn't do nothing. Yeah, the king has cancer, and I didn't. I just found that out. Rip.
How old's the king? Isn't he like 70?
Maybe 700. That's it. Let's look. He's got to be older.
The queen died at 100.
How old? What did she make it to 100?
Didn't she? I thought she hit.
She's your fucking queen. You bow to this bitch. You don't even know her age. Yeah, he's only 75.
Boom.
Damn, he looks old.
I knew the age of my king.
I mean, 75 is old. Yeah, of course you knew his age because you're gay. This fool looks old though, for real. Wait,
yeah, once you hit 75, you might like getting cancer. Just like, oh, it's Thursday.
I wish somebody would paint him. Oh shit, I should paint him. I should do a royal painting. I feel like I could do this. Maybe I'll paint him.
Now's the perfect time before he dies. It'll be like a memento
before he dies. No. I'll do a stream the day he dies. The last time I got drunk on stream was when the queen died.
As he's dying.
Yeah, I'll have a wine.
Add a little bit to it every day until he dies and make your final stroke on his death day.
Ooh. What? No. Okay. I don't feel like I could pull that off. Oh, you're not even seeing this? This is what inspired me was this picture right here.
That is a horrendous photo.
Yeah, I could do that.
He's been fucked and really ill for a while, like liver issues or something, because he's got those sausage fingers that are so swollen he can't even like close his hand.
Oh, that sucks. This is the same one that she wore. Kings and queens wear the same one.
Yep, I got pictures of that.
So do I. It's right here.
I've seen it in real life.
That's kind of cool. Is it so sparkly? What was your impression of it?
It looked like costume jewelry, but I don't know the fucking difference between a diamond and a ruby. But it was so bling. It's so blingy. It looked costumey, which means it's crazy expensive.
Oh, I thought I just got a message. That was weird. My desk just vibrated. Maybe it was my stream deck. My deck vibrated.
It's the king coming to fuck you up.
I'm not afraid.
Throw my tea in the water, bitch.
And I will. And I will continue. Okay, so the king's gonna die. Hopefully not on our watch. Not today, anyways. I don't got time to paint today. I got shit to do. It says, back to the Willis's response. The motions attempt to cobble together entirely unremarkable circumstances of Special Prosecutor Wade's appointment with completely irrelevant allegations about his personal family life into a manufactured conflict of interest on the part of the DA. For a prosecutor to be disqualified from interest requires, quote, personal interest, and a district attorney is not disqualified by personal interest in a case where he was not acting in his personal or individual character or for his personal or individual interest, but in his character as an officer of the law specially charged by statute to perform this particular duty. That's wordy. This effort must fail. Because she's saying that to be disqualified from interest requires personal interest, and the DA is not disqualified by personal interest in a case where they were not acting in his personal or individual character. Oh, because this is a work thing.
Oh.
Or
Sure.
for his personal or individual interest, but they're arguing obviously against that. She's interested. Like if her boyfriend makes $1 million this year, that's not a bad thing.
Right.
Or this next couple years. Conflict arises when a prosecutor has a personal interest or a stake in a defendant's conviction, a charge that no defendant offers any support for beyond fantastical theories and rank speculation. There's no support besides the support that I don't like. There is basically none, literally none. Under the clear definition supplied by the law, neither DA Willis or Special Prosecutor Wade have any personal or financial interest in the conviction of these defendants, and as such, defendants fail to support their claim. Let me ask a question, honest question. If Fani Williams loses this, is the book she sells afterwards as interesting?
Yeah, she's still going to make her money. It's going to be retitled How They Framed Me.
Yeah.
How Racism Made Me Guilty. Yeah.
But let's just say none of this happened. Let's just say she got the case. She got famous. People know who she is. The case is going to end. She's going to write about it. Win or lose, which is more lucrative, do you think, for the writer of that book?
Oh, winning for sure.
Right? So I think that does show a financial interest. Like if she
And I think books are how they
loses,
launder money. I think that's how they funnel all their money for bribes is through
Art and
book
books?
sales. Because they're all digital book sales, right? So there's no physical copies being printed out. We just sold 10,000 books digitally to one person for $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a number one bestseller. They get to do the tour around all the morning news and
Allegedly. Under the clear, I already read that. Finding of a financial conflict of interest on the prosecutor's part, is exceedingly rare, but has been found to arise when a special prosecutor is compensated by a contingency fee that is paid upon conviction. Courts have held that incentivizing a prosecutor to secure a criminal conviction with a contingency fee creates a conflict of interest between his public duty to seek justice and his private right to obtain compensation for services. That's not happening here. Contingency fee paid upon conviction.
yeah.
District Attorney Willis, state and county annual compensation is set by the state law and county guidelines respectively. It is not in the least bit reliant or dependent on any particular outcome in this case or any other. Defendants' attempts to conflate media attention with personal financial gain is complete conjecture. It is one, complete conjecture, and two, ignores that DA Willis has attracted both positive and negative publicity related to this case, which include ongoing personal security threats, racial slurs, sexual invective. Well, that sounds like it hurts, or there's a cream for it.
That's a horse word.
And attacks. And three, most importantly, this fuzzy concept of personal and financial interest via media attention advanced by defendants is simply not a definition that has ever been recognized by Georgia law. Financial interest via media attention. So is she just kind of playing dumb to the other financial interest, maybe? assuming
dare
that
you? How
the
dare
attention.
you? She is not a dumb DA.
I'm playing dumb. I think she has to fake it. That's how smart I think she
The
is.
higher up
Yeah,
you
I know.
go in society, and the dumber you can get away with.
Yeah.
Like if you or I committed a crime, be like, "Well, I didn't know I couldn't do that." Ignorance is no excuse. But when you're higher up, like, "Oh, you didn't know? We'll let you slide."
This time.
And the next time.
Yeah. Well, because, possibly. Fair consideration of any benefit to the prosecutor must include these obvious and undeniable costs. So there has to be fair consideration of any benefit. For it to be considered a benefit, they must include obvious and undeniable costs. And spurious allegations of publicity seeking aside, it must be made clear that District Attorney Willis did not go looking for this case. Listen to what she says. It says these defendants centered their racketeering conspiracy to disrupt and overturn the 2020 Georgia election, committing crimes that provided a venue in this jurisdiction. Yes. The motions are based on guesswork and public relations strategy, not legal argument. A conflicted prosecutor presents a risk that he or she will disregard public interest for personal benefit. No circumstances alleged by any of these defendants even approaches that threshold, let alone cross it. And the accusations brought to this court by these defendants on the flimsiest factual support may cause a reasonable person to wonder the defendant's motivation is more tactical than legal. One may question whether the intent is to disqualify the prosecutor who has taken on all of the abuse to pursue justice in this case at great personal cost, only to be substituted with someone less committed to do so. I read that and I was like, why would she say that?
Right.
Why would another DA be less committed to do so?
More ethical is what she meant.
She's saying she hates Trump the most, and that's like the whole point of your conflict. Is the political prosecution of someone. Why would another DA why besmirch the rest of them? Less committed?
Right. They all have to be like her. So it's normal behavior.
I don't know. Any personal relationship among members of the prosecution team does not account to a disqualifying conflict of interest or otherwise harm a criminal defendant. Much of the defendant Roman's motion relies on supposition and innuendo regarding the private relationship between Willis and Wade. For candor's sake and to provide the court with sufficient facts to resolve the matter efficiently and consistently, the attached affidavit of Wade makes clear that Roman's insinuations that his counsel was aware of material in the sealed divorce filings in Wade v. Wade that would in any way support disqualification or dismissal in this matter was a blatant misrepresentation designed to seek publicity instead of a meritorious legal remedy. District Attorney Willis and Prosecutor Wade have been professional associates and friends since 2019, so that's when they met. There was no personal relationship between them until November 2021. That's when he filed for divorce, supposedly, and got the case. At the times, but let me just pause right here. Sorry to do this, but I honestly think, and I thought this, I don't know why I thought this, but I feel like they needed her to like put this on paper. That this is, okay, you're saying this is when you started, this is when you started, because these are the times you were in this place, this place, this place. But then again, if the divorce, like I was saying earlier, if he was separated, but they're saying they didn't begin a relationship till then, so that's their fuck up. They could have been easily in a relationship. If he's separated, he doesn't have to not have girlfriends.
Right.
But I don't know.
Well, Trudeau's wife was banging that black actor for
Trudeau's wife? Oh,
Ebola, whatever his name is, for a while. And they stayed together for the public perception. And like you could see pictures where Trudeau like tried to kiss her in front of the camera. She's like, no, fuck that. Right. So she was cheating the whole time. Everyone knew it, but they wouldn't say publicly for saving face reasons.
I was reading, this is, I'm going to do the show on Vince McMahon and the WWE lawsuit. But
bring your fucking sanitary wipes and your alcohol for your bleach for your eyes. And
I already read it. I know. But that's why I have to do it at night. It's not a daytime show whatsoever. It's bad.
It's an after hours.
Yeah, it's really fucking bad. But in that, he says that about his wife, that they just have a marriage on paper. But sure, Vince.
Well, as long as she still has access to the bank account and the credit cards, why would she want to get a divorce?
I don't know. Because I don't know. A lot of
She's got
reasons.
her boyfriend, she's got her life and everything, and he has his, and as long as she gets that credit card.
Well, that's what he says. But then, like, at the end of their relationship, he says the wife found out, so they can't bang anymore. So it's like, so either she cares or she doesn't.
So yeah,
you know?
she never knew. It was all hidden.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing would support this. It says they started dating in November 21. At the time, there was no, wait, hold on. It says there was no personal. District Attorney Willis have been friends since 2019. There was no personal relationship between them in November 2021 at the time of the appointment, and defendant offered no support for their instances that the exercise of any prosecutorial discretion in this case was impacted by my personal relationship.
I bet you there's going to be some emails that's going to make this look bad.
That's what I think.
Text message.
There's already,
emails.
But I guess they could have traveled to get, but they didn't. Yeah, I mean, they could have
know each other.
They knew each other in 2019, but they weren't working on this, so they wouldn't have been traveling for this case together. Ooh. That might be why they're talking about misuse of funds.
It's going to look really bad.
Actually, I think we can go back to his filing because they do have receipts from April.
Uh-oh.
God, I wish I remember what year it was. I don't know if it was 21. If so, because they have his credit card receipts also.
Right.
And it shows, but it doesn't necessarily look like there are two people there. Like his food, but then hers, she's going to tell us here that they kept everything separate, that she paid for her things, and he may have put like certain things on a card, but they were kept like their finances. He wasn't paying for her. Which they can do whatever the hell they want with their money once they have it, right?
Not when it's state funds that she didn't.
Yeah, no, you really can.
For the COVID thing.
I'm saying once she gets paid to do her job, she can use her money however she wants. So if she goes on a personal trip, as long as she's not asking for reimbursement.
Remember she got hit with late fees? I wonder if the late fees were from her using like the staff credit card for personal stuff, paying the personal stuff back, but not paying the interest.
Maybe. I don't know. Without these factors, the existence of a relationship between members of the team and in and of itself is simply not a status that entitles a criminal defendant any remedy. Attacks on the qualifications of Wade are both unfounded and evidence of bad faith in which this motion was brought. There was no evidence of an improper conflict of interest in his appointment. Neither Georgia nor any other jurisdiction permits a criminal defendant to choose his or her prosecutor. Criminal defendants are entitled to be prosecuted free of legal conflict of interest, of which notably none are to be found here, rather than according to preference. While wait, what'd you say?
Wrong.
Well,
no conflict of interest. None, really. No appearance of it.
It definitely has the appearance of it, and I think that's the crux of it. But even the appearance of it is a problem.
Right. You're supposed to even avoid the appearance of impropriety, let alone sleep with it.
While the motion makes dismissive accusations about the adequacy of the special prosecutor's successful decades-long career to lead the prosecution of defendant Roman and his co-defendants, the truth is that Wade has long distinguished himself as an exceptionally talented litigator with significant trial experience. He is a diligent and relentless advocate known for his candor with the court and a leader more than capable of managing the complexity of this case. In addition to having been appointed a municipal court judge in 3 jurisdictions and having been asked to present on topics relevant to the training of new judges. Special Prosecutor Wade has received accolades and recognition for his litigation skills, contribution to the community, and legal profession generally, and no serious person could contest his legal qualifications. Counsel for Roman is well familiar with the experience and qualifications of Wade. During a judicial campaign in 2016, defendant Roman's counsel, Ashley Merchant, was an enthusiastic supporter of Wade's candidacy and described him in glowing terms. Quote, Nathan is ethical, experience matters. Nathan's experience includes public servant, prosecutor, and private attorney, judge. This is just the guy who wants this dismissed. This is his attorney saying they think Wade is a qualified person and was supporting him back in 2016. And now today, not qualified, shouldn't be doing this. So it's like, it's kind of it's a nice play. Here she is, shaking her booty. That's his attorney with the other guy's name on her chest.
Oh,
like,
she wasn't catching that dick either.
How do you know? It looked like she was into it. Okay, Special Prosecutor Wade has been compensated for his time spent working on the case, and just like other special prosecutors retained to work on this case and others throughout the state, references to aggregate invoices paid over a period of years may garner the headlines defendants are so obviously searching for, but they ignore completely the context of Wade's role during that time, leading the DA's investigation into the defendant's complex criminal racketeering scheme designed to interfere with the 2020 election. Special Prosecutor Wade made much more money than the other special prosecutors only because Wade did much more work.
Oh,
he literally made 38% of their budget.
Wow.
So I asked, I have a source in Georgia.
Ooh.
And I asked them about Fulton County, and they said it's awful. One of the worst in Georgia.
See?
In Georgia, you said America.
I was half right.
I mean, one of the worst and the worst. Also, you were like a quarter right.
I'll
It's
take
bad.
33 1/3%.
Well, okay, you got a little extra, but you can have it. Since Wade's appointment in November, he did make more money. Wade's appointment in November 21, he has managed the DA's team of lawyers and investigators through every stage of investigation and prosecution. In January 2022, Willis petitioned the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court to convene the Superior Court judges to consider her request for a special purpose grand jury. Once Chief Judge Brasher issued an order authorizing that grand jury, Wade directed the prosecution's support of the body's work from its authorizing order on January 24th through its dissolution a year later. The report detailed the scope of its work. The grand jury was selected on May 2nd, heard evidence June 1st, continued to hear evidence into December. The grand jury received evidence from or involving 75 witnesses during the course of the investigation, the overwhelming majority of which information was delivered in person under oath. The grand jury also received information in the form of investigator testimony in various forms of digital and physical media. They're telling us this because Mr. Wade had to coordinate all of this, 75 witnesses, all of the da-da-da-da. So that's why, unsurprisingly, it says unsurprisingly, not every witness was willing to participate. Procuring witness testimony, it just basically was a lot more hours of work than would have normally been done, I guess. Even though it's like, if he's, I don't know, I guess he did it all. The special grand jury investigation and report led to the 98-page indictment ultimately returned by the grand jury in August, an effort led by Wade. Given the breadth and complexity of the criminal racketeering scheme involved, the unprecedented public attention focused on the investigation and prosecution of this case, and the highly charged political environment fanned in large part by several of these defendants, the hours involved by Wade are wholly predictable. To take this position, Special Prosecutor Wade resigned from 3 judicial appointments and largely stepped away from his private practice for long stretches. In other words, he was still working
Right.
Largely stepped away for long stretches means I was still working. Didn't step away for the whole time.
I got
could always do that.
3/4 out of the pool.
How are you so fucking busy that you made 38% of the budget? The next guy is like at 19% and way on down from there.
I was busy writing bills.
I was busy working at my other job.
Writing my time card in. Do you know how much time that takes to fill in my time card?
That's true. There is simply no honest argument that Special Prosecutor Wade unduly benefited financially from his appointment. Payment of earned compensation to Wade has not resulted in any financial benefit to DA Willis. To be absolutely clear, the personal relationship between Wade and Willis has never involved direct or indirect financial benefit to Willis. That's a weird thing to have to write.
Right.
Defendants have provided no evidence to suggest that there's any circumstance that would constitute a financial incentive on the DA's part to pursue a conviction in this case through the appointment of Wade. There is no joint or shared finances or financial accounts. There is not now, or has there never been a shared household. There's no financial dependency or merging of daily expenses, financial responsibility for personal travel taken is divided roughly evenly between the two, with neither being primarily responsible for the expenses of the other, and all expenses paid for with individual personal funds. So in other words, it's our money. They're not writing it off as business travel when they're together for that. And they each pay for their own shit. So that's how she's not benefiting from his contracts, I guess. Both are professional and both are professionals with substantial income. Neither is financially reliant on the other. The facts here are readily distinguishable from contingency fee arrangements or other scenarios where a true financial conflict of interest may play a role in prosecutorial discretion making, and that requires disqualification. So in other words, like the bar she hasn't reached,
right,
in her opinion. Given the total absence of financial conflict of interest, defendant Chile's effort to advance a theory that the DA has engaged in multiple ongoing conflicts is unsubstantiated and unpersuasive. Looking to an order to disqualify DA in her office from investigation. I didn't highlight that. It must not be important. Quoting Whitworth, a conflict of interest requires more than a theoretical or speculative conflict. An actual conflict of interest must be involved.
Yeah,
I mean, but right now but don't you think they have to speculate in the motion? Oh, but she's saying that they didn't put any facts on record.
Right.
I don't know.
You didn't give us a heads up to try and get around your evidence.
Right, because it's like the whole point is for the headline.
Cards on the table.
I think legally, I don't know. Some cards you do gotta show, or else things get dismissed, right?
I thought you just had to put your cards on the table once you got to trial.
Well, you can't charge somebody. You can't just say they burned my house down. You could be like, on this day, this person used this to do that. Like, there have to be a little bit of facts involved in it. You can't just say the thing. I'm pretty sure. There's no structural error with or harm resulting from Wade's appointment as the special prosecutor. The motion's allegations of structural error in the handling of Wade's oath of office misstates the requirements for special prosecutors. The section requires that assistant DAs who are undertaking deputized duties generally take the same oath as the district attorney. However, that requirement does not apply to Special Prosecutor Wade because it, quote, shall not apply to any deputy who may be employed in particular cases only. Recognizing that deputies sworn in for a more limited role are exempt from having to file and enter the record of their oath. Given the development of the investigation into the collective defendants' racketeering activity, this case became Wade's primary focus. But what did it say? Shall not apply to any deputy who may be employed in particular cases only.
He's not a deputy.
She's kind of like, as soon as he's working under her, he is deputized as he's like basically her. He's like a para deputy. I don't know that's not right, but yeah, because she's a deputy. She's a district attorney, and so she appoints him to act as her, right? He's working under her badge.
So then she's not independent. He's not independent then, if he's working under her.
Well, I don't know.
Wasn't he an independent prosecutor?
He's a private lawyer. He's a private attorney. He doesn't work for the DA's office or the state. That in that case, yeah, in that sense. He said the world, maybe even the known universe.
When I said the corrupt county.
Oh.
Most corrupt county in the universe.
Well, that's probably not a fact.
Prove me wrong. Show me the rest of the universe.
I believe in multiverses, so fuck off. Despite the lack of filing, all special prosecutors acts while in office would be valid as acts of de facto officer. Let me read this one. Maybe I should have highlighted more of this. As this court noted in the order denying other stuff, the official acts of an officer shall be valid regardless of his omission to take and file the oath, except in cases where so specially declared. Echoes the de facto officer theory recognized early in our Supreme Court's existence. An officer de facto is said to be one who exercises the duties of an office under color of an appointment or election to that office. The validity of a de facto officer's acts is so well settled that it is embodied in the code as part of the Georgia Code. The acts of a person ineligible to hold public office shall be valid as the acts of an officer de facto. It is without dispute that Tolles was acting as a deputy officer. Okay, that's in the case they're citing. So it sounds like the other attorney may be misunderstanding how the importance of the
not being sworn in and filed or whatever.
Despite the lack of filing, all special prosecutors' acts while in office would be valid as acts of de facto officer. And perhaps most critically, defendants have failed to establish how any of the special prosecutors or the district attorney's actions with respect to the filing of his or her oath or his appointment generally resulted in harm or prejudice to him. Nor has defendant established a constitutional violation or structural defect in the grand jury process sufficient to justify outright dismissal. Because he's like, oh, he shouldn't be here. But I don't know. It's interesting because the charges filed against the guy are you weren't allowed. You were basically LARPing as electors, and they're like, yeah, well, you were LARPing too. If there are like,
it's the Spider-Man meme.
I just don't understand. I also don't understand how like an alternate slate of electors is chosen. So I don't know if they did it right. I think that's another part of it. Like, how were you supposed to do it if you were going to do it? Is there a legal way? Are they going to teach us during this case, if it goes forward, what the legal way to have done it is?
I think there is a legal way, and I think they're going to find out they didn't do it. And they're going to go, we weren't sure, so we just went with our best guess.
I guess.
Was I wrong? Did I make a mistake?
Sorry. Harm as well as error must be shown to justify relief, and defendants have failed to show either. So that's where that part's at. Fani T. Willis, the duly elected district attorney of the Atlanta Judicial Circuit, was well within her constitutional duties and responsibilities contracting with Nathan Wade and any of the 20 plus professional service providers her office contracts with annually.
I wonder how many of those contractors with her office are now staying the fuck away from her office.
I don't know. because of the way that she dude, we didn't get into it, but there was a couple years ago, somebody in her office blew the whistle on them mismanaging funds. Like they wanted to use like these funds that were supposed to go to youth programs and like in under served neighborhoods, like gang neighborhoods and things like that. And the dudes in the office, these political faggots, were saying that we were gonna get swag and like all this office stuff and get Apple computers for people. And she was like,
Right.
no, you can't use the grants that way. And he was like, what do you mean? She's like, I wrote this grant. I know you can't use it this way. And he took her off projects. He was taking her off projects. So
Right.
she complains to Fani, and Fani fires her 57 days later. Sorry, no,
Right.
even after putting her on all these different projects, after keeping her on
'Cause she
during
wouldn't
the
fucking
transition
bend
crew,
the knee.
because she wasn't
Play
cool with
ball.
fucking spending the money all willy-nilly. It's disgusting. Her
Yep.
name is Amanda Timpson, Timpson. I remembered it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you guys. I have
Hopefully she doesn't
she
get
ended up
claimed.
suing Fani. It's fucked up. So she sues Fani Willis for defamation and something else. Fani doesn't answer. She's like, you don't get to serve me through somebody else. You can't serve the DA through. No one at my office is authorized to
I'm
accept service
unservable.
on my behalf. Well, yeah, find me basically. So
I
she
think
doesn't
anyone can
answer.
serve. Is it true
She
though?
I don't know. She
Can't
doesn't answer
anyone
though.
serve you?
She didn't get served. She served somebody in her office. It'd be like coming to my work and serving Jack over there and be like, here, you
Oh,
were
yeah.
serving.
No,
No, I
I think it
wasn't.
has to be
Jack
to
was
your
served.
face. Yeah, I think you have to be a face to face.
To a certain extent, I think.
Because
So
you can't give it. Because wasn't there a case that someone gave the kids the service at their
no
own
idea.
door? Like, well, your dad was behind you, but they handed it to
doesn't
the kid, and somehow it got wiped off because they're like, you
I
can't
have no
serve a
idea.
kid,
I have no idea. You can serve somebody by mail. So
right?
and
Oh
that's
yeah,
end up with
yeah.
a
Oh, because it's registered. So don't you have to sign for that?
no, you just have to have as long as you know what their no, as long as you know what their address is, then you just send it to the mail. So what Fanny did, she does the lawsuit. Fanny just pretends she doesn't get it. She's like,
Yeah,
didn't
what
get it,
lawsuit?
can't be served through somebody else. And the girl files for default, gets the default, and as soon as that happens, Fanny comes back and she's like, wait, oh no, what happened was she said, I'm gonna file for default, even and the judge was like, well, you have to serve her at the house. So she serves her through mail. As soon as that happens, Fanny comes back and was like, by the way, I can't be sued for this shit. And then gets it dismissed. Even though, but it's like she wasted all that time and all that girl's money. And eventually was like, oh, me, Fanny, oh, Willis. I didn't hear that part.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no, we disagree with all of this and got it thrown out. So nothing actually happened in that, but it's still fucked up. And there is a tape of her you can hear the sadness in the girl's voice. She's like, I was afraid, I said this, they took me off the project. I didn't know where to go. They told me that you basically threatened me with you. And Fanny's like, don't you worry. Like everyone uses my name, and then eventually fires her like the next month.
Right.
Or 2
See, that
months
should
later.
be grounds for a wrongful dismissal lawsuit.
Oh yeah, Hidia said you can serve people in the newspaper in many cases. This is true. Law
What?
is autistic.
Canada has more laws than you guys on that. Here it has to be like a person has to like look you in the eye.
I
They'll do
think
it through
that's
the
like
mail, right? But if you keep ignoring it through the mail, then someone will show up to your house with the
it's the
letter.
opposite here. It's like if they can't find your ass in person, then they'll eventually just send it to you. Just you have to be dealt with. You can't just avoid forever.
Oh, see here, they'll send you like a registered letter, and you're like, I didn't order anything on. And like, well, you have to sign for this because they'll do it at like post office. They're like, oh, you got a nice parcel back here. It's big. Do you want your big parcel? Sign here for it. And you're like, I didn't order anything. Then you're like, can you bring it out? Can I see the button? They bring it out. And it's just like a little folder. Like, oh no, that's not for me. I ain't signing for
That is
that.
not for me.
Because if it
Wait,
goes,
are you
there's a
allowed to
statute of
avoid
limita-
service?
Yeah, there's a statute of limitations. So if you can go, I think it's a 12 months or whatever the months are without getting served face to face, then they can't get you.
Damn.
That's why you see
Okay.
a lot of people disappear into their cottages for a while.
I guess that feels like so. The statute of limitation is as long as they can't find you, you're fine.
Right.
District Attorney Willis is a state officer that is elected in the general election to represent the state in all criminal matters in the Superior Court that occur in Atlanta. As a state officer, the district attorney is simply not obligated to conform with the requirements applicable to county officers. Okay. Managing law partner holding appropriate. Oh wait, did I not read this?
Maybe. Well, I don't recognize the Peter name.
It says Peter Skandalowski,
Ooh, nice.
the executive director of the Prosecutors Council of Georgia, recognizes this authority afforded to every current and former elected circuit prosecutor in the entire state. A district attorney can use the funds allocated to the office by the county commissioner as he or she sees fit. The appointment of Wade, a former judge, prosecutor, defense counsel, and managing law partner, is wholly appropriate.
Is that true?
Another word.
As the person sees fit, that doesn't seem a very legal and.
As she sees fit, it says 8 here. Political automatic.
Strippers. Give me some strippers for a Christmas party. As I see fit.
Well. Okay, I don't know why that's where the link is. I'm not going to go read that. That's what this footnote is. As she sees fit. That must be where they got that quote from Peter.
Ah, yeah. Yes.
Is that how they got you, Darth? District Attorney Willis is the office. Okay, so she is an officer of the state. She's like, stop trying to apply county regulations to me, which I can hear. I could understand that. I don't know if it works, but I understand the argument she's making.
Yeah.
Right? Like right there, just like how Trump is not an officer. He's the president.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of the same shit.
Yes.
District Attorney Willis went beyond the required county procedure to ensure invoices paid to all special prosecutors were individually approved by the chief financial officer of Fulton County. Any allegations that ORCA, or other earmarked funds were misappropriated are blatantly false.
Yeah, because if he didn't approve it, he would have got fired like Amanda or whatever her name was.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Of course he's gonna.
That was her name.
He saw what happened to the last bitch who didn't play game. Like, yeah, here.
Darth Idiot said, "No retard, I get arrested in person." That's funny. Defendants' motions are written as though the district attorney had a limitless bank account from which she dispersed funds to friends and family on demand, unfettered by county policy or oversight. A theory that holds no resemblance to the truth. Nor were any ORCA. I don't know. I should find out what that means.
I make hats and t-shirts. You're going to hire me out for $50,000 to make you 10 hats and 10 t-shirts to give to the poor people in the community.
That feels fair. Yeah, I'm going to vote for that.
As long as I'm the hat and shirt maker.
Yeah, exactly. While it would have been entirely permissible for all payments to the law offices of Wade to be paid via purchase order to ensure that all rules and regulations were followed and out of an abundance of caution, the DA utilized a more time-consuming, robust process seeking the CFO's specific approval on all payments made to Nathan J. Wade. Right? Because clearly you knew that there was a problem.
There's going to be a pattern with all these other attorneys and all these other accounts and all these other things. And then this one's special.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe. As such, each invoice was independently reviewed for compliance with Wade's contract and the budget line to be utilized before payment was approved. Hardly a process one would undertake if concealing a scheme to funnel ill-gotten funds outside the prying
stupid and got caught after the fact. If we would have known this, we wouldn't have done it this way. Is that says?
Yeah, I think they were like I don't know. Cycles are cycles.
When you're the DA and you think you're above everyone, you're not worried about someone investigating you because you're the king of the fucking mountain.
Yeah, but she's not always going to be king of the mountain, and she's literally prosecuting the former president of the United States. So if she thinks that someone's above the law, clearly that's
because she thinks he's guilty. She's doing it for political reasons.
So the next guy could prosecute her for a similar reason. That's all I'm just saying. I don't know. Let's read the conclusion. Vicky's over it. Vicky, get your hand off your forehead. Let's go. We can do this. Everything's fine. In anticipation of the scheduled February 15th hearing, that's next Thursday, or the next Thursday. Counsel for defendant Roman has provided notice of the service of subpoenas to multiple employees of the DA's office, the DA herself, Wade's current and former law partners, and no doubt others have not been publicly reported. Roman's counsel has attempted to subpoena Wade's personal bank records and has gone so far as to subpoena an attorney who at one time represented him in his divorce proceedings. Both are incredibly inappropriate efforts to intrude into opposing counsel's personal life with little to no evidentiary value. The state, in an effort to be as candid and transparent with the court as possible, has provided the affidavit of Wade and included other exhibits directly establishing facts that counter the wild and reckless speculations that the motions have advanced.
You can't have his bank account information, but we'll give you a statement from him. That's all you need. Just listen to his statement. Don't look into his bank accounts. Don't talk to any of the people he worked with.
Says the legal basis for each of these motions to disqualify the DA falls woefully short of that which would be applicable standards, and in light of the record evidence, no further factual development is necessary to deny the motions in their entirety. By the issuance of this number of subpoenas to individuals with little to no knowledge of the essential facts that are legally determinative, counsel for defendant Roman seemingly anticipates a hearing that would last days, garner more breathless media coverage, and intrude even further into the personal lives of the prosecution's team in an effort to embarrass and harass the DA personally. This is not an example of zealous advocacy, nor is it a good faith effort to develop a record on a disputed legal claim. It is a ticket to the circus. Bitch.
All right.
And that is actually where that ends. Exhibit A. Hello. My name's Nathan Wade. I don't know how he talked, but I bet it's something like
As
this.
a lawyer, that's what you're going to start with. Hi.
Hello.
Mark here. Sober 3 years.
Yeah, that's how it starts. Oh, wait, no. Personally appearing before me, the undersigned officer duly authorizes to administer oaths Nathan J. Wade, who, after being sworn, deposes and states as follows. So it's just some formal shit. Hello, my name is Nathan Wade, and I fucked Fani Willis. I'm sorry. I am over 18 years old.
Made love.
Good for
Don't
you.
be mean.
That's true. They probably didn't make love.
Whoopee.
Whoopee. Oh, gross. The last time Whoopi was brought up, Roseanne got canceled, so you better apologize right now.
I think Whoopi's about to be canceled shortly. Nate the lawyer is going to replace her.
That. Really?
That's my guess.
I doubt it. Is she the only black person on the show?
They both look the same. The people watching wouldn't even notice the change.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Anti-Trumpers.
Okay. I don't think they're going to get rid of Whoopi, but I do wish that they would. I don't watch it, so I don't care. But her real, do you know what Whoopi Goldberg's real name is?
Oh, I do, but I can't remember. See, as soon as you say it, God damn it.
Karen.
Yes.
She's a Karen. It makes a lot more sense now. She's appropriating their last names.
Give us our white name back, thief.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's
Karen's
a Jewish name. Is that white?
I think Karen's a white name.
Yeah,
isn't that the N word for white people? And the
she
Urban
stole
Dictionary?
Goldberg too.
Because a bunch of wokies wanted to have it banned because it was a hate speech. It was the N word.
Karen is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They wanted Facebook and Twitter and all those people to like make it a hate term.
Imagine if your name is Karen with a Y. You're like, whew, close.
Any Karen.
Almost couldn't even have an account.
Who's gonna pick up a baby and go, Karen?
That's true. So
maybe like a Corinne or something, but not a Karen.
Oh, little cultured. I don't think Karen is a bad name. It's not a great name, but it's.
What's the worst name for a dude?
I don't know, but the worst name for a woman is, Sarah Palin. She has a daughter called Bristol.
I did know that.
Do you know what a Bristol chart is? The Bristol scale? It's the damn poop hardness scale.
Oh,
like how hard is your poop or how soft?
Okay, wait. Okay, all right. I'm not a fan of Sarah Palin, but I know she is a redneck American, and it may be named after the Bristol racetrack where she was conceived.
It's named after poop, and it doesn't matter what the
I'm trying to be
excuse
nice
is.
here.
It's still the worst name. If you have to explain why your name is not poo related, it's the worst name.
And for the
Even if you
record,
have a
if
great
your poo is
excuse.
not firm, you're not healthy.
I don't know the rules, but I
That's
think if you're
right.
eating right, you shouldn't have a lot of evidence on your toilet paper that you pooped.
Right. Firm, not mushy, sticky. That's all the processed chemicals that makes your poop like that.
We're not
Because
gonna.
think back
I
like
don't.
caveman days, we didn't wipe our bums. We just like dropped and went.
I muted him. He stopped talking anyways, but I did mute him, so I can't do this. Okay, he's back. All right, let me read this. Nathan has been a member in good standing with the state bar since 1999 and admitted to the Superior Court of Georgia, the Georgia Court of Appeals, the Georgia Supreme Court, the Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit, the Northern District of Georgia, the Middle District of Georgia, and the United States Supreme Court. So eat dicks, whoever said he. But let's find out if he ever tried a felony case.
No, yeah, as I was gonna say, I don't think he's ever done anything. But could this be so like teachers, when you get as a teacher, you're say your base pay is 50 grand. I'm making these numbers up. 50 grand.
Oh,
But
look,
if you have more bachelors or more like credentials under your name, then they have to pay you a higher amount, regardless if you're teaching the exact same class. So I wonder if he just got all these credentials on his resume to get.
Yes, that's what Randazza did.
Right. No, Randazza did it because he couldn't be. No, Randazza did it because he wasn't allowed to be employed in the state for a month, so we had to go to a new state every other month.
That's allegedly.
He could get the Guinness World Record for that, eh? I wonder what the record is.
I bet you there's some asshole who's got them all.
Because he had to come to Canada. He was like running from America. He was so bad.
By the way, I bet it's colon cancer that King Chuck has. I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to think about it.
They could fix now. Colon cancer is like, isn't that kind of curable or fixable?
What? That's like the worst one, the fastest one, isn't it?
Is it?
You fucking know everything now. Suddenly you're asking me?
I don't know anything about colon cancer.
Yeah, nothing about colon.
I thought they just cut your colon out and gave you a shit bag.
What? I knew
a colostomy bag for those intelligent people.
Yeah, the intelligent folks don't know what shit is. You right. Let me get through this. I have served listen to what he says here. I've served as a prosecutor several times during my career, first as an assistant solicitor general in Cobb County, which might be why he's familiar and why he filed there, because he is maybe from there. Then as a special assistant general attorney for the state of Georgia and as a special prosecutor for Atlanta. That's not what I wanted to read. This part. I have served as a criminal defense attorney representing hundreds of individuals in state and federal courts charged with felony and misdemeanor offenses. In the last guy's thing, that girl couldn't even find 2 cases where he was.
Right. Hundreds is
Well, I'm not saying she's right. Maybe he's right, and they're just fucking retarded.
Could be. Or maybe all the people he represented never went to trial. They just pleaded out.
So
he could have represented hundreds, but he never went to trial for these people.
Okay, I see. You're right.
Leave
it open. I have tried many felony cases representing clients in serious matters, including but not limited to capital murder offenses, rape and robbery, as well as aggravated assault and drug trafficking. Some of these cases garnered media attention. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, newspaper article?
How do I get here? I might have to, maybe it'll be attached. I was retained as outside counsel to represent the sheriff of Cobb County. I was contracted to conduct an Hold on, please.
I can read if you want.
Go for it.
All right. I was retained outside counsel to represent the sheriff of Cobb County. I was contracted to conduct an external independent accountability assessment and review. My contract compensation rate was, holy shit, he got double to be a contracted than he got from his own job. Okay. I began serving as a municipal court judge. So he presided over speeding tickets and no parking sign tickets. So, I wouldn't put that as a feather in your cap. And small claims court. That's what he was. I have served as a municipal court judge in the cities of Marietta, Austell, I can't pronounce that one, Roswell. And I was proud to have been the first Black municipal judge in that county. Okay, whoop-de-dee-doo. Maybe it was just a shitty county. In that capacity, I've served as Pro Hoc State Court Judge for Cobb State. Pro Hoc, what is that? That comes up something. Pro Hoc. Curious. And on the 19th, I received the President Award from the Council of the Municipal Court Judge. Oh, you presided over small claims courts. How cute. It's not a RICO. That does not make a RICO attorney.
Did you find anything good about him?
Nothing special, but I have a question about the Pro Hawk State Court. What does that mean?
Pro Hawk? Doesn't that mean like this time? Or like Pro Hawk? Google. 1 second.
Wasn't
I
that-
will.
Yeah. I thought that meant you represented yourself.
No, that's Pro Se. Pro Hawk mean.
Oh, maybe he was brought in to replace a judge
For
that
this
had a
one
conflict of
particular
interest.
occasion.
Right.
Usually
So-
refers.
He was a judge once.
Wait, what?
That's what it said. He was a Pro Hawk judge in Cobb County.
I served as.
A judge once in the state court, presiding over criminal trials. So he did that once. That's not a brag point.
I've tried to have been the first American judge in Marietta.
How small is Marietta? And is it like 99% white?
Why? You want to diminish his accomplishment?
He was the first African.
So
How
yeah.
about you just be happy that you were a judge? It's always about race with these people.
Well,
I don't say I'm the first white basketball player.
do you know why? You are not. In my 25 years as an attorney, I've represented high-profile athletes, entertainers, and elected officials. I've served as lead counsel in criminal, civil, and family litigations. I have tried complex civil and criminal matters. On February 15, 2019, I completed training that authorized and prepared me to train new municipal court judges sponsored by the National Judicial College. While representing at a training course for the municipal court judges in October of 19, I met the beautiful, gorgeous, I couldn't wait to fuck her, Fani Willis. That's in there. I see it. Then the newly appointed chief judge of the city of Fulton. Girl, she was a judge too. But they didn't do sex, I swear. It's in the affidavit. After being elected as the first female district attorney, sexism, in 2020, Willis asked me to serve on her transition team, chaired by former Mayor Shirley Franklin. In the spring of 2021, DA Willis asked me and two other attorneys to assist her in looking for a competent, trustworthy attorney to manage and lead the investigation of possible attempts to interfere with the election in 2020. So this is spring 2021. DA Willis was able to offer no more than $250 per hour with a capped number of hours each month. That hourly rate was significantly less than the market rate for experienced lawyers in the Atlanta metro area, and less than the billing rate for first-year associates at many large firms. My previous rate when working for a government entity was $550. He did this once. He was paid $550 once. This is not necessarily a lie.
Hand on heart, volunteered for the country. I took one for the team.
Give this man more awards. The DA's office was offering me less than half of the government rate of the rate a government agency had previously paid me. Yeah, that's how that works. The DA and other lawyers approached me in September. So they started in the spring to help. Now it's September, their reapproach, and asked me to serve in the role of special prosecutor for the investigation. Understanding the demands of the position, I initially told them I was not interested in giving up my 3 judicial appointments or taking more time away from my role as the managing partner and primary business generator for my firm. Oh, that's why Fani gave contracts to the rest of them, because
right,
he's the breadwinner for his firm. In October 2021, upon further
he was capped, right? So if he's capped, then they can spread it out. So now the money isn't capped at him. So he's got a cap, So you got 3 caps now.
True. In October of 2021, upon further consideration of the unique professional challenge in this case presented, I agreed to serve as special prosecutor on the case. I first had to officially resign from my judicial appointments. Wait a minute. When I thought about how rich and famous I was going to get from all my book deals, I changed my mind immediately.
Were you lying down when she asked you or standing up?
I mean, in November 21, I contracted to be a special prosecutor in the Fulton County 2020 election interference case. This case is extremely complex, and my role has included management of a team of prosecutors and investigators undertaking the investigation, special purpose grand jury process, and indictment. My private practice has continued to generate revenue separate and apart from my compensation as special prosecutor. While professional associates and friends since 2019, there was no personal relationship between DA Willis and me prior to or at any time of my appointment as special prosecutor in 2021. Oh,
I
okay.
bet you that's going to come back to bite him.
If he started in 2021 and then there's just one November. So in November and December.
So if they find text messages and stuff of them banging before,
Gross.
That's not going to be good because this is a sworn affidavit.
I mean,
that would be impeachable.
In 2022, District Attorney Willis and I developed a personal relationship. 2022. In addition to our professional association and friendship. There you go. There's his admitting that they didn't have. So earlier he said that they had an inappropriate relationship while he was married.
Yes.
And they're saying I didn't. I knew her, but we didn't get together after I filed for divorce, and I had been separated for over a year. So that's why I was just kind of pushing back on the word inappropriate, because I had already read this and just fancy words. Obviously, that's the other team fighting their fight, and this one's this one. So it's just going to be flowery in different ways.
Is adultery against the law? Because I know you can go to jail if you do adultery in the military.
What?
You didn't know that? If you fuck another member of the military's husband or wife, you can go to military prison for adultery.
What? I feel like this is nonsense.
Fact check me, I'm for sure.
No. Chat, could you help me out here? Is that
true?
It's for
Joe Rogan has Jamie. We have chat. Let's go, chat. You guys can outsmart Jamie.
I don't believe that, but that's crazy. It feels like that would be a very old law, but what do I know?
I think it will, because think if you have all these people that are going to start having relationships and husband and wives, these guys all have guns and they're all like, it's a bad situation to have that fucking shit going on. So I think it's an old law that you don't fuck your.
No. I think it's there's a lot. I feel like, no, I don't know. If it were a law, we wouldn't see it as much. That's why I don't feel like
No, because it's all military. It's kept in-house. You don't talk about it. It's not public knowledge.
First, he said sodomy laws are still around in the South, I think. Sodomy just means sex.
Anal.
No?
Yes.
I'm looking it up. God, I hate my search results right now.
Yeah, you know search history.
Sodomy law is a law that defines certain acts as crimes. Sodomy.
Here we go. Maximum punishment under the UCMJ Article 134 for extramarital sexual conduct. The maximum punishment for adultery and extramarital sexual contact is dishonorable discharge, forfeiture of all pay and allowances, and confinement for up to 1 year.
Damn. If you did what? I wasn't listening to
You did on your fucked somebody's wife or spouse.
Damn.
Adultery.
See? Good. I bet you maybe they don't do it a lot in the military. I don't know how it works.
Oh, I think that's just to keep the cohesion and not have, because that could really fuck up a unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
sodomy is intercourse involving anal or oral copulation. I wish I had bet you, but I obviously didn't know this for sure.
Oral? How long ago did they add the oral? I'm pretty sure.
Fuck off. It's been this. You just only focused on one aspect because it's your favorite.
Can we get a second opinion on this? Scroll down. Can we get another one?
He'll take 2. No.
Because sodomy was illegal in Canada for anyone under 18. And then they got mad because all the pedophiles are like, wait a minute. That means you don't like gay people. Yeah, that was a good law.
They don't prosecute any of this shit. We a hedonistic piece of shit nation now, brought on by the Jews. That's allegedly. Don't you get
bloody
the Jews on
mattresses
me?
in
I love the
schools.
Jews.
I don't know. I never had a sexual conspiracy theory with the Jews until I saw the bloody mattresses coming out of the sewers.
What?
You didn't see
I
those
didn't
videos?
see anything of this. Mm-mm.
The New York Jews digging tunnels and coming up from the sewer grates and
They were
bloody
just trying to get to church, right?
with bloody mattresses in the basement.
Well, I
don't
didn't hear
know,
that
man.
part till just now. I don't know
Oh
how
yeah,
it
oh yeah.
works.
No, there was baby strollers in the tunnels and child-sized mattress. It wasn't an adult mattress. It was a smaller child-sized mattress with bloodstains on it.
Oh
Oh yeah.
no.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was not.
Where did the
pretty.
tunnels go?
To a school with girls in it.
That's a new thing. Usually it's the boys are getting fucked with.
Well, I think that's where they were
Take that,
sucking the girls out
Jones.
for the tunnel sex, something or other.
Ugh.
I don't know. It was all crazy. Imagine being that guy that recorded that one Jew coming out from the sewer grate with the Jewish hat on. You're like, you have no idea there's tunnels. You don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, you just see this Hasidic Jew in full Jewish garb crawling out of the sewer. And you're like, what are you doing, man? He's like, nothing. He just runs away as fast as he can. You're like, what the fuck is going
No
on?
way. There has to
You
be a
didn't
better
see that?
exit. They're just crawling out of the tunnel, out of like Ninja Turtles.
Yes, exactly like Ninja Turtles.
Come
The
on.
sewer grates
This is
that are
nonsense.
welded. They cut a hole in the welded sewer grate so they could get out. There's literally a guy.
So they're
standing
just
on-
looking, and when no one's
Yes.
coming, they hop out.
Yes, type in
Come
Jew tunnels.
on.
It's all.
Why wouldn't they divert it to a building and hop up in a fucking building somewhere
never
where no one's
accused-
looking?
Hey, I'm not making accusations about their intelligence level.
Are they sewer tunnels or Jew tunnels?
Jewish sewer tunnel. No,
So they
were-
connected them to the real sewer tunnels?
Yeah,
for
they were literally the
fun?
Ninja Turtles.
I hate this. It was
I
a
can't
high
believe you
chair,
never
not
went
a
down that
stroller.
rabbit hole. It was crazy. And they blamed it on
Sounds stinky.
teenagers. Oh, they were just, teenagers being teenagers, digging tunnels and bloody mattresses, and
So what was it?
it all went away because they were Jewish. Everyone just forgot. Oh, yeah, just teenagers being teenagers, and the news completely dropped it.
It does sound stupid because they just popped out on the street like that was not going to get found out. Obviously, that's going to get found out.
They didn't start popping out of the sewer until the cops found the tunnels. So then when all the people are still hiding in the tunnels, it's like, well, we can't go out where the police are. So they started popping out of the sewer grates and fucking manhole covers.
That's funny, but is that true? Are you
Yes,
making this up?
it's
You
on
just make
video.
things
It's
up.
trust me, I watched it 50 times. It was crazy. Just type in Jews coming out of the sewer. It'll be on like 100 fucking pop-ups on YouTube.
Do I got to go to BitChute?
Nope, you can go on YouTube.
Just kidding. No, let's finish this. I think we're getting close. It says that they started their relationship in 2022. And he has no financial interest in the outcome of this case, of the conviction of any defendant. No funds paid to me in compensation for my role as prosecutor have been shared with or provided to Willis. The DA received no funds or personal financial gain from my position. I have never cohabitated with her. I have never shared a household. I've never shared any accounts. The DA and I are both financial independent professionals, expensive for both personal travel and we're roughly divided equally between us. At times, I have made and purchased travel for DA Willis and myself from my personal funds. At other times, DA Willis has made and purchased travel for she and I from her personal funds. Examples of DA Willis purchasing plane tickets for she and I with her personal funds for our personal travel are attached. Uh-oh. I feel like if you have to show her doing it, that means you probably did it a lot.
I bet that's where the late payments, or she used the staff card and then repaid it, which is totally okay. But she wasn't paying the interest on the credit card that she racked up.
No. Those sounds unrelated. It was her campaign.
What kind of retarded
late
signature
fee.
is that? That's like a
It's
stroke.
Pen stroke. But it's trippy to me. This is February 1st. It was signed. Today is February 5th. So this was just 4 days ago
Oh, wow.
that they were doing this. Oh, what's
Ooh,
this?
zoom. Enhance. Zoom.
Someone wearing blackface? Is this Ricada? Let's look.
I was about to make
Oh, wait.
comment.
That's actually a black.
Oh,
Never mind.
the
Never
BitChute
mind. Forget
shows
it.
up.
Son of a
We'll be on
bitch.
BitChute next week, chat.
Son of a bitch. Don't. How come this is happening? Why is this so big? This must be a case. 5 teens arrested in China walk sleigh. Police have
that was the
arrested
case
4
with the
teens
Osborne.
boys, 14-year-old connection with Friday. Well, did he try it?
I think he was an assistant or something, maybe. Wasn't he assistant?
There's his
assistant?
award. There he's a top lawyer in 2009.
I question all awards now after the Nobel Peace Prize awards. So I'm like, they're just giving awards like the Grammys, the Emmys are out. They just give them to fucking the people who are.
Yeah, you buy them. These are dumb. I can't even zoom out further than this. Oh, wait, maybe I can make the screen bigger so y'all could see it. Can you see this?
Yep.
Or do you see what I see? Oh, you can't see it. Ah, see, this is what it actually looks like. These are his damn it. These are his
breakdowns
statements. Yeah, or his invoices to get paid. Remember I told you they were starting in April. Where's April? Or in April. I want
to see them 48-hour days he worked.
Well, this is August.
Can we zoom in more?
What's the oldest one? Flight stuff. We could have zoomed in more.
Oh, does it show whose credit card was used for the flight? Or probably not.
Yeah, that it does. It shows the last 4, but it's in his name. But we can look at that. What did you want to see on this?
Just zoom in just a little bit.
Let me make this smaller somehow.
8 hours, 250, fine. Witness interviews, 250, 250.
No, he gets paid $250 for every hour. So they're all going to say
times
250.
8. There's a 25-hour day. How did you get 25 hours that day? Oh, that's over a couple days.
Couple days. Team meetings.
Sorry. Go back up to the very first one again. Review graphs and instructions. 8 hours. So he reviewed graphs and instructions for 8 hours.
Prep. Prep for hearing and witness interviews.
Team prep and motions 8 hours. Everything's just 8 hours right on the button. Oh, there's a big 10-hour day.
He's maxed, right? So he's maxed at hours. So it's like you have to show those hours, and then after that,
I don't know how they do.
He's not getting paid at these ones. Do you see this? Because he's reached his max hours, so he's showing here that he's not getting paid. So what he has to do is ask Fani to approve the extra hours. So he stuck them on here. Who knows how that works? I don't. I have no idea how that would work for them. And Gmail, Fani Willis.
Do you want to email and see if we can get a reply?
No. I'm not. What would you say to her? Is this you? It's you, isn't it?
No. What's up, baby?
No. Name, Nathan Witt. So this is just them getting tickets to get. Wait, when was this?
Class? We're in the first class?
No. Delta Comfort, no.
Oh, there are 2 different seats. One's in 18 and one's in 11.
Does it say the date? How am I missing this? November. So they were in a relationship already, according to them. That makes sense. We would assume they didn't fuck it up that bad. I think that's it. Let me keep scrolling through these. That's
just his proof.
Just his contract. They show it over and over, his different contracts. They show his oath of office that he signed and was notarized. They did end up filing it just to shut everyone up. He filed it in September.
But so I took my hunter safety course and did all my trapping courses. I passed all the tests, but until I went in and submitted my pass of the examination, I wasn't allowed to trap. Even though I passed all the tests, it wasn't official until it was submitted to the government.
Right. That's true.
Therefore, if he didn't submit it before all this stuff.
Because it's a different rule that he doesn't need to do that on limited cases. This is a limited case. He's just in here for the time. He's operating under her oath. That's what we learned in these pages.
So help me God, exclamation point.
This is speaking of oath of whatever, here he is, Nathan Wade. So help me God. Loyalty oath. Oh, fuck. He's a citizen of Cobb County. That's why he filed his divorce there. Those assholes got me all thinking he did it in another county for privacy. Those dicks. See, that's the thing. That's why I like reading both sides. It's like time consuming and frustrating. And I hate the bias that you get, and you can't avoid it, right? These people are fighting for their people, and it should be present, but it frustrates me. So I'm like, you didn't need to say that right there. You're like, you're not the fucking jury. You can eat dicks. So I get it. But anyways, here's his oath. Wait, first he said he didn't know you were a master trapper.
Who didn't?
He's better at baiting. He's more of a master at baiting.
Masturbator?
Yeah, thank you.
I'm a trapper, not a masturbator.
Don't bait your traps.
What's that?
You don't bait your traps?
No.
Oh, I don't know how trapping works. Do you really trap stuff?
Yeah. I didn't show you pictures of
Yeah.
the beaver. I got a 54-pound beaver last
Whoa,
winter.
whoa. This is inappropriate. I didn't show pictures of my beaver? Huh. I didn't even know you had a beaver. This was guesses behind the scenes that you had a beaver, Nova.
I'll put him on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Yeah,
That'll throw
54
off the
pounds. He's a
algorithm.
big sucker.
Wow, that is really big. Gross.
And then you cube them up and you put them in some honey garlic, slow fucking boil over like not boil, but slow roast over 4 hours in honey garlic sauce. It's immaculate.
Gross. Is it dark meat?
It's just like beef. You'd never know the difference.
You ground it up?
Nope. Yeah, I cube it. It's like little beef cubes.
I don't
Then you slow cook it, and then when you bite them, they just fall apart.
I hate it.
So tender.
Well, that sounds awful. What does a beaver eat all day? Just wood?
Bark. Same thing a deer eats.
Okay. So it's just as like eating a deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of Western civilization lived off of beaver for the first 100 years.
Do you eat frogs? Frog legs?
I've never had. I would, but I never have.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a French thing. I don't like the French.
You hear that? Other rest of Canada?
That's why we kicked them out of Nova Scotia and sent them to Louisiana.
Louisiana. I want to go there so bad. I want to hang out with the
Louisiana?
Duck Dynasty people. Yeah, I don't want to eat frog legs, but I would like to do a crab. You know, the
Crab boil?
crab.
See, I would rather eat frog than
Yes.
crab.
Gross. I don't like
Crab
seafood or
eat
any of that
shit.
stuff, but
Frog eat
there's
bugs.
potatoes and garlic, and I just want to eat that corn. I want it so bad.
You just want butter. You just want butter. Everything's
I'll
soaked
take
in
some
butter.
of
Like lobster here, I don't eat lobster. A lot of people don't eat lobster because it used to be a poor man's food.
Oh, because they're like bottom feeders? Are they bottom feeders?
Yeah. But
Blech.
here, like in Nova Scotia, lobster was so abundant, nobody would eat it because it was just gross. And rich people got
Sounds
tricked into
gross.
eating it as
Smells
tourists. and now
gross.
you guys
It
all eat
screams when it dies. That doesn't want to be eaten.
We even had lobster at McDonald's here.
Ew. Really?
Yeah.
I hear
Subway
they
has
have-
lobster. McDonald's has lobster.
Because it's just so much lobster.
It's just, there's just so much here. And we're in
Yeah.
Nova Scotia's in a big war with Maine right now over fishing. Trump's even involved in it about us fucking coming down in America and fishing waters, and you guys think they're your waters, and we don't want you coming up to our water. Oh yeah, it's a big fucking. People died over it, literally.
What?
Yeah, man, you'll fuck around with fishing.
Well, I don't know why I highlighted any of this, but I feel like we're done with this. I feel like we have a very good understanding
And
about
10 days,
what's going
10 days,
on.
there'll be an update.
Correct. They will be in court. The judge is going to be like, what the fuck are you guys on about?
Do we know if the judge is right or left wing? Because that could be a big tell too.
I don't
As much
know.
as they're impartial, the Trump judge is a fucking wingnut right now.
I don't know why I put these here. What the hell is this? Subpoena. Oh, this is a subpoena for Nathan Wade, Fani Willis, Dexter Bond. That's the guy who does the payments at the
The rubber
Campbell.
stamp.
That's the law office
That's
guy,
his
the
partners, yeah.
partner. I don't know who Mr. Allen is. This is literally just probably not the most important.
Those are the receipts.
These are just the receipts, yeah. There's a lot of them. So yeah, we're not going to go through all of that.
So-
But there's go ahead.
Is she going to be found not guilty? Is this going to just disappear? Do you think this is going to turn into anything? Remember, the election's coming, so I think they want to drag this out.
She doesn't. She's trying to get it done by March, right?
Right.
She's
Super
trying to
Tuesday.
have no more stalling because she's stalled this whole time. So I don't know. How do I think this will go?
I don't know. I'm like, I can't really my gut's not giving me either or. I
If
have my
they can,
emotions. I want to see her be fucking hung from a bridge, but
what? Listen, if
if
they
you hung a couple of these people, the rest would never try it again.
But if she really thinks that she's right, it's her job to prosecute this. If she thinks these people broke the law, she should be doing this.
Do you
If she's
think
wrong,
she
she
thinks
bows
that,
out,
or
she's
do you
wrong.
think she's George Soros in it?
I think half the country believes it. I can't see why somebody.
Just her. Do you think she?
Yeah, I
believes
do
it?
think she believes it.
Really? See, I don't think she believes it at all. I think she's just being evil. I think she's part of the cabal.
Maybe. I don't.
But
really
but you're
see
making a good
that.
point, because when I was a lefty, I believed everything I
Yeah.
fucking thought. I believed it. Like,
I do think
maybe-
she believes it. So it's like, just like Trump, if he really believed the election was being stolen, he needed to appoint this electors. He needed, like, these
right.
people in these positions, unpopular as it might look, need to do these things if they
Yes.
really truly believe it. And they're the one in the position to do those things.
Right.
That's why they shouldn't be held up to those decisions they made while in those positions once they're out of those positions, if that makes any sense. And I
Yes.
think that's why all of this shit is a mess and a clusterfuck and a problem.
Right.
But there are other cases with Trump. In the documents case in Florida, I'm kind of over it. We've been out here for 3 hours, over 3 hours. I think we could probably just call it. What do you
We
say?
got tomorrow.
Civil cleansing is coming tomorrow. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Let me open up Discord real quick. I sent myself something last night.
Uh-oh. We're gonna crash chat.
Yeah. Tomorrow we'll start reading the Deep Rig.
Yes.
It's February now, so that's what's going to happen. I wanted to just read an excerpt from the book today because I just went into it last night and Googled Georgia to see if they said anything about it, because this guy was like behind the scenes during some of it. It's funny because I read it now. I read some of it now, and the things that he's repeating have now been proven to just be like bullshit. When they say they pulled out suitcases of votes, it's like, well, those were just rolling totes. And so he parrots those things, and it makes my spidey senses go, oh, he might be saying you hate Trump and you're not even on his side, but you're still parroting the bullshit. But he could have written it so soon that he did believe what he was saying. Again, if you believe what you're saying, it's
hard, right?
Yeah. Okay.
What's
let me see.
What's the saying? Never assign malice when stupidity can be. What's that saying?
Never assign to malice what could be attributed to stupidity or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember the actual, but I think
We're
the
pretty
opposite.
close.
I
Nobody
think
else knows.
malice. I think the higher up you are, the more like you know better.
You should be held to a higher standard.
I think you should be held to the higher your education, especially if you're a DA and you're doing fucking stuff that you know, like. And cops are the same way. I think they should be held to a higher standard than the average citizen when they start fucking doing stuff like, violating your rights.
And they used to have that immunity, but like with
some states,
Porter, they got rid of it. Oh, I'm scrolling through this. I have no idea what I highlighted. I might not have even saved it.
You highlighted
I saved it and I resent it to myself, but it doesn't look like
the
I
rig and somebody's name.
Resent it to myself. We'll see. I'm on page 125. At some point, either a bunch of yellow highlighting is going to happen or the show is
on
just
page
over.
2 or something.
There's a baseball. There's a lot of like graphic or picture things in here. This is, yeah, I didn't highlight anything in this version. What a waste. Okay, sorry guys, but it's a decent book. It's all about different stories of election manipulation. And when I was reading it yesterday, I had forgot some of these things have just memory hold, even in my own memory, where it's like, damn, had they not said this, I would have forgotten. I wish I had a good example right now, but I don't. But it'll be fun. We'll start reading that tomorrow morning, 9:00. We'll go for an hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll try to keep it manageable. I guess we'll see. It's 200 pages. So
yeah,
if we can get a third of the way to 1.5 hours, then that's what we'll call it.
And
then we'll do it for the next couple weeks. So thanks for hanging out with us, chat. If you made it through to the end, it looks like Firsty's still here. Hey, Chicago Faucet. And why did those suitcases suddenly come out when the fake pipe? Thank you, fake pipe burst. That's what I was going to say. Fake pipe burst, and the monitors were ushered out. So that's a good question. And I forgot about the fake pipe burst. It was an overflowing urinal, remember? But that's one of those things.
They didn't call any plumbers to fix it or anything.
They didn't?
No, I think that was part of it. They're like, oh, if all these things happen, show us your receipt or show us where you called a plumber to help. If it was such a bad problem,
this book has
no, we didn't call anybody.
It's got a shitload of links. It's got The links, the sourcing starts on page 182, and it's a 196 page book. So there's 13 pages of links we can click on to see. And it's interesting because even in the book, he says, these videos aren't available anymore. Here's one that's still there. I'm like, oh shit, almost have to click on these so that
Oh,
they
copy
can
them. Yeah.
be
Archive
somewhere
them.
else. Yeah, and so most of the YouTube links aren't available. They don't work, but the Rumble ones still do for now.
Ooh.
First you said Chicago while holding posters over the windows. Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
That's how
that
they
was
did it.
fucking crazy. Like,
But they said
what are you hiding?
they basically, their excuse was they told us to go home. So everyone went home. Half of us were kind of lingering around when they said, hey, false alarm, go back. So they went back, continued counting. Not everyone went back. And that's why it looks the way it looks. It's like, meh.
What do you think about when they were behind the glass and people were trying to like observe them, just watch to make sure they weren't fucking doing dirty stuff, and they just started putting paper up in front so no one could look in the windows? That to me is a fucking,
That's
you're
crazy,
guilty.
'cause-
There's
'cause they're-
no excuse for that.
I
For
agree.
me.
Aw, Vicky said, by the way, Div, you look super cute. Thank you.
Yeah,
Nova's
see?
like, you could have done it better. Like, you could have done it differently. Would have been better. I'm like, oh, damn it.
No, I
Son
just
of
said
a
if you
bitch.
would have put it down here on your ears, you would have got the Star Wars simps.
Yeah, missed it by an inch. Next time. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Is it cheers right now? It is cheers right now.
Booyah. There you go.
That's why you stay ready, because you never want to have to
You
get
never
ready
know.
for this one. Cute mid. Thank you. I do appreciate that. We will see you guys tomorrow morning.
Bright and
Have a
early.
good day. Yeah. Adios.
Peace.